Getting ready for a good show today ahead of Padres baseball. And everybody's a little extra geeked up because, it's the rivalry, the Mariners, as baseball continues to try to sell us on that. I think the second series of the year, always good to know we're playing the Mariners for the fifth and sixth times, and still haven't seen the Dodgers yet, which is actually a rivalry, but that will actually get taken care of finally on Monday when the Dodgers come to town. So a little preliminary to the Dodger series, a trip to Seattle. That's where Tony Gwynn Jr. is today. And welcome in, Tony. How was the trip from Milwaukee to Seattle? I guess pretty much just same old thing for a guy like you. Anything exciting happened?
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Nothing exciting.
Nothing
exciting. We
you guys left on time. You weren't 2.5 hours late like John Antetokounmpo apparently is with the Bucks. We'll get into that later.
No, we weren't late. We were on time and got here at a pretty decent time. Was able to get a bite to eat and then called it a night.
Yeah, and you got up today, and I asked you, is it raining? Because that's a question you have to ask somebody if they're in Seattle. And apparently
it has rained.
There is some rain. So, but the game, they got the covered stadium now, which is very nice. Game is at about 6:30 today. And Sam Levitt will have our pregame after our show at 5:40 this afternoon. We will be giving away tickets today to a Padre A's game on the next homestand, so don't go too far for that. And Tony, I know they lost yesterday 7-1, and we can harangue on everything that happened, and we will get to all of it, I'm sure. And, it was just a bad day for Griffin Canning, and whenever your starting pitcher puts you in a hole like that, that's going to be one you just have to chalk up. And so I don't really think there was a whole lot to yesterday's game. There were some certain things here and there. I really wanted to ask you, because we haven't talked to you, what was the feeling like the second before Sheets hit the home run in your mind, and after he hit the home run, and then maybe even going down to the locker room? Is there any extra excitement, or is this team just like so used to this now? Because that was really another amazing moment that this team has had this year. His victory home run on Wednesday night. Take us through that from being there.
I think for me, my excitement went up when Bogarts drew the walk. He laid off some tough pitches.
Yeah,
my man was nasty up there, and he drew that walk. And you just know when a guy is able to extend, an at bat like that, you just had a feeling. I didn't know it was going to be a homer, but I thought something big was about to happen. He's about to get a base hit is what I thought. But instead, he clipped him on a hanging breaking ball. And I think the answer to your questions is yes, all of the above. It is, they are used to it. They still get gassed up for it when it happens. In some ways, they probably, if they're close, expect something like that's going to happen. Which is why they've done it so often. And that was a pretty sweet moment. I mean, Gavin, he's always seems to be in those spots, always seem to come through.
It seems like Gavin Sheets is hitting 400 with 61 RBIs this year because he's come through. That's the third time he's won a game, and that's the story of this team. I mean, just about everybody, you can point to the same thing. I looked this up yesterday on Nick Castellanos, Tony. He's hitting over 300 runners on base. When nobody's on base, he's 3 for 42. So that's the story of this team. They have come through when it matters most. And that is why they're, now I guess they went back a half game behind the Dodgers last night. Dodgers did beat the Giants, but that's where they are. And, I'm pretty sure they're aware that it'd be a whole lot nicer to win some games from ahead and, get 3 or 4 runs up there on the board early. But that's not happening yet, so they're making do with what they have. And, for that, I think they get a lot of credit.
No, they should. And so, all that's good. Now you turn the page, get ready for this vaunted rivalry game that they have here today.
We're not going to mention his name anymore, right, Tony? We're not mentioning the name of the cup anymore. The Padres even asked us to
They didn't ask us
tone
to.
down the cup.
They didn't say anything to us, Chris.
I was called directly.
Oh wow. You didn't relay that to me.
I was not called directly, but
I mean, it doesn't make much sense. And we all know it doesn't make sense. And we all know that the Mariners are not the Padres' rivals. It just is what it is. Baseball has tried to make this stick. And I'm saying baseball. I'm not even saying the Padres or the Mariners. I'm saying Rob Manfred sits in his office and is like, these guys need to play.
Well, it is.
This will be easier to do when they go ahead and add these two teams. That's the other thing. I don't know why they are playing around. Like, they know they want to add two teams, right? They're probably going to get a nice little, entry fee for those two teams. Like, they got the rolling in the dough right now. Just doesn't. I don't know why you want to slow things down.
Yeah. It's like at least a couple bill to start a franchise.
Well, we're not going to
right?
I mean, the owners of baseball. I mean, we're not concerned that they're not going to bring in two expansion teams. We're concerned that they're going to shut the game down, take away all of the money that they're making. That just it doesn't make a lot of sense, and hopefully we won't have to get to that. Into some of the things yesterday, Griffin Canning. I don't know what you can do. Stammen got him out of there as soon as he could, and now it's just a rough day. So it's hard for me to put a lot in stake in a 7-0 game the whole day. I was excited the fact that they got another run in the 9th inning, and this is starting to become a thing in my mind, Tony. They've outscored the opposition now 32-3 in the 9th inning. That is an astonishing number, if you ask me. I know Mason Miller has something to do with that because he pitches the 9th inning a lot, and that means it's hard for other teams to score. But the Padres have scored almost 15 or 16% of their entire runs for the season in their last at bat. And that is, again, we've talked about how there must be something to it because these guys seem to just get locked in. And I was even thinking yesterday, if Sun Myung Song would have stuck a shot into the gap there and, 2-3 runs came in, who knows? I mean, look, Pat Murphy wasn't taking any chances. He had his closer up, even with a 7-0 score. So he was worried about it, and you almost can't blame him. Yeah, no, he definitely could see a scenario in which he was going to have to bring his closer in. This was why he had him up. Yeah, no, they had their opportunities. They just they didn't necessarily cash them in. I think what that number tells you that outscored their opponent is that you as a starter, you just can't let the game get away because your team is going to put up runs late. And so it was obsolete though in this last one because the game was already a little bit out of hand at that point. Yeah, very good point. Griffin Canning will get another shot at it. Matt Waldron will not. Kevin Acee reporting officially, I guess today, that Waldron will be let go or has been let go. I don't know if I haven't seen the Padres paperwork has come through, but here's what he tweeted. I'll just read his tweet. This will be the end of Matt Waldron's time with the Padres, at least for now. And that was quote tweeting the tweet of the Padres will call up Alec Jacob to provide coverage in the bullpen for a couple days before Giolito is activated. All right, so that's the big move is Lucas Giolito will be activated this weekend. I don't know if is he going to probably start Sunday? Is that what we're led to believe? We'll see exactly how that works, but go ahead, Tony. Do you know? That's what it sounds like. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. And then, but Alec Jacobs coming up. So that's it for Waldron. And, he left us with a nice 4 strikeout performance yesterday. Will he get claimed? We'll talk about that more on the Big Five a little bit later. But, it's on to the next guy. And, we'll talk about Giolito a little bit. He's going to have to come in and get the job done. It's always funny. You look at the next guy coming in and you always think he's going to be better than the guy he replaced. And I hope he will be, but he's still got to go out there and prove it. And so that'll start this weekend as the Padres still try to get this starting rotation somewhat solidified while they wait for Joe Musgrove to come back. And then after that, Nick Pivetta to come back. Tony, there's no way I can get through the first segment without at least one Fernando quote because I just feel like it's the elephant in the room right now. 0 for 5, tough day, obviously, yesterday. And Skraby and I just finally said yesterday, and I'm assuming you would agree with us, but you just know so much more about hitting. So, but we just both said yesterday, maybe it's time he kind of stop thinking about anything right now and just go up, see the ball, hit the ball. maybe that's the best medicine for him at this moment instead of, I don't know, your launch angle and your swing and your hit rate and where your elbow is and your shoulder. Maybe he's just to see it, hit it. I don't know. Throwing it out there.
I don't think we know that he's not doing all those things already.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I don't think, I guarantee you he's not talking about launch angle.
Right. Yeah.
And so that's a us thing for sure. But yeah, man, listen, when you try, and I can only go off my own experience. When you're in one of these ruts, and, I never hit the ball out of the ballpark like him, so that wasn't something that was, forefront of my mind. There does become a point where you have overloaded in terms of everyone probably is trying to help him and wants to get their 2 cents in, that you have to kind of just go back to see ball, hit ball.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to fix the mechanical thing that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can go back to that for a few days and see how it, if it gets something started. But ultimately, if you got a mechanical, flaw,
yeah,
you're going to have to address it. And that's just, I think, here's the other thing. And I know we're all like in the depths of it right now. Let me ask you a question. If Toddy continued to hit at the same pace he's hitting at right now until July 1st, and then from July 1st to October 1st, he hit 330 and had 20 bombs, all in that short span of time. Which part are we talking about?
I'm going to talk about I'm going to talk about the negative, because that's
even when he's hitting 330.
That's how I'm wired. No, of course we're going to forget about this. Absolutely, Tony, for sure.
I say that to say there's still a lot of time for him to.
Yes, there is.
Flip a switch, whatever it is. I don't sit here and pretend like I know. I have some thoughts on what it is, and I've shared those, but I don't actually know what it is that they've identified that he's identified that is the issue. But he's going through it right now. He's not the first player to be in a rut. It won't be the last one, but we just gotta ride the wave until he gets it going. There isn't really we don't know enough to be like, hey, man, you just gotta stop thinking.
Right.
You just gotta go up there.
I know.
We don't know that he isn't already like to the point where he's like, I don't need to hear anybody. Just leave me alone. Let me go.
I would think
see ball, hit ball.
I would think we're getting.
He has to be in there already.
Right. If we're not there, we're close to it. And I did say this yesterday. I mean, he's not the only one slumping right now. I mean, Laureano's in a 3 for 33, 15 Ks. Manny's still under 200. Jackson had to sit yesterday, a rest day. He's down to 215. He honestly has company, but despite it all, we are still right there, a half game out of first place. All right, game 1 of the series tonight, Gwynn and Chris, and we'll give you a PGA tournament update as well. We're getting started. Jeremiah Estrada is our Friar Friday interview. That's coming up as well.
Is your financial advisor managing?
of a short temper you think you have out there. And some of us have a pretty good one. I mean,
I have, past me
overreact.
was very angry.
Overreact. Yeah, I think I'm better now, but I've had moments like most of us have. But John Rahm's got you beat. This guy's a lunatic.
Yeah.
Yesterday he got mad, missed a shot, and what did he do? He chopped at the grass with his and displaced a whole huge divot, which flew up right into the face of a tournament volunteer. John Rahm.
Here's what he said.
Can we penalize him for just dumb behavior?
No, you can't unless they kick him off the PGA Championship. You can't penalize a guy for getting angry and hitting a divot into someone's face. Here's what he said, quote, "I got a flyer on my second shot that went long. It's not a good spot. And just out of frustration, I tried to make an air swing just over the grass and I wasn't looking.
Sure.
Took a divot and unfortunately hit a volunteer. Unfortunately, hit him in the shoulder and then the face. I couldn't feel any worse. That's why I was there apologizing. I need to track him down and give him a present because that's inexcusable for something that could be completely avoidable. Whether it's my intention or not, it was just not good." I'll give him credit. He took full responsibility for it.
He said all the right things, but you know what? He's way too good at doing this for me to like.
He doesn't do stuff like this often. He just yells at himself.
Well, he tells people to take a flying leap in the stands. You know this guy. You don't want to make him angry. Nobody wants to make John Rahm angry, and I just people like that they're so full of themselves. I can't deal with them. He is a good golfer. You can argue that point. And with that, the PGA Championships are into round number 2. And the winner right now, Skraby, is the course. Nobody's having a good time out there except for one of my favorite names on the tour. I think yours as well. Maverick McNeely.
I do like that name.
Yeah, he's 5 under par through 11 holes today. So he's 4 under for the day. He's on top by 1 shot. The next 2 guys I've not heard much of before, Alex Smalley and Aldrich Potgieter.
Me neither,
yeah,
Chris.
Don't know them.
Some of these guys could be like PGA professionals, because this is for golf courses around the country.
Yes, the PGA
you have a
Championships
professional that works there.
It's much more open. It's much more accessible.
And when I say professional, I'm saying like a golf coach or someone who runs a course.
If you're a PGA professional, you could qualify for this tournament, even if you're not a pro. Hideki Matsui's 3 under. Justin Thomas, Scotty Scheffler, 2 under. There he is, Scotty Scheffler, even though he shot a 1 over today, but he's still right there in the hunt heading into the weekend. And I find it amazing that everybody else on the tour goes up and down and up and down, and you don't hear from them for 3 months, and then they're up there. But Scotty Scheffler's name's on the thing every week. Like, it's never not there.
It's pretty
it really
incredible.
Is. Because just think how good the general golfer is. PGA golfer, they're off the charts, right? In our mind.
Yeah.
And then Scotty Scheffler's better than them. So,
by a lot.
John Rahm is at 2 under par right now. He's in the middle of his round. I got to get my guy in here, Brooks Koepka, trying to fight his way into it. He's at 1 under.
Brooks is a good PGA Championship guy.
He's won it a few times.
Yeah.
Schauffele's even par, so that's not too far out of the mix. He's got 8 holes to play today. And then on down the line it goes. So we'll keep an eye on the PGA for you. Skraby is a big golf guy, and I kind of like the major as well. Jeremiah Estrada will be on our program at 3 o'clock today. Tony, by the way, had to get on the bus to go to the game. He'll be rejoining us when he gets to, I don't know, is it Safeco
I'm
Field?
looking because Luke Raley is on TV. It's not. Is it Safeco Field?
I think it's still Safeco Field up there in Seattle. But anyway, Tony's headed to the game.
T-Mobile Park.
Oh. So Safeco people didn't pay their bill apparently, and T-Mobile's taken over.
T-Mobile is like the official sponsor of ABS Challenges. Have you ever noticed that at the stadium?
Yes, I have. And
all the ribbons turn pink.
If you don't mind me saying, it hasn't got me even remotely ever thinking about switching to T-Mobile.
I will say this.
I think they're the worst service by a mile.
Oh, I haven't never used them, but I will say this, with the free offerings that they have, like MLB or TV.
Yes, right. They have to keep offering free stuff.
Into that.
They have to offer free stuff because they don't do a good job. That's my answer.
Have you had them before?
I've had. It seems like anytime I'm around somebody and they're telling me they're having issues with their phone, I just go T-Mobile and they go, yeah. So
I want to look at this.
Sorry if T-Mobile guys out there, but I'm not a big fan. Anyway, They own the ballpark, and they will not be sponsoring this program. You can be sure of that.
Well, don't ever say that.
Jeremiah Estrada coming up at 3 o'clock. We'll hear from AJ Preller here in about 10 minutes. AJ was on the morning show with the guys, Ben and Woods, this morning. And everybody joins us all up and down the station all day long on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It's better. I'm actually a little curious to see what the lineup's going to look like tonight, Skraby, in Seattle. There's a couple reasons why. One, I suggested yesterday that maybe Fernando needs not 1, but like 2 days off to just sit and relax. But that would mean putting Sun Moon Song in the starting lineup, and I think that ship has already sailed. I
don't know why you keep saying this, so please explain.
He hasn't had a hit since the first game, and it's clear to me, and if it's clear to me, then I'm sure it's clear to them that he can't catch up to these fastballs. And
the guy's played like 3 games. Give him a second.
I want to. I don't know that they're going to give him that much more time. He's had, I think, 14, 15 at-bats. He doesn't, make strong contact. I think he's a little overwhelmed. I know that they sat him out of the game on Wednesday because Craig Stammen just said this is a bad matchup for him to try to hit Mizorowski. So what's a good matchup for him? He's got a right-hander tonight. Hancock, I'm sure, throws 98 like everybody else. So I don't know that the Sun Moon Song now, he could be somebody helps me next year. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. We spent an awful lot of money for him, $15 million. They had to see something. We did get, some production out of Hassan Kim eventually, but I think this kid's in the same boat. He doesn't look like he's to this level in my mind. I hope I'm 100% wrong,
because I would say this and you would be like, the guy's only been there for a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I know.
Give the guy a chance.
I'm trying to.
There aren't many guys on the team that are hitting, so he's not doing anything different.
Yeah, he is. He's not making good contact, and you get a good fastball, and he has to go sit down.
Let me go check his launch angle, Chris.
Let's leave that out of it. Anyway, so I'll see if they're going to put him in the lineup. To me, this is why I'm waiting. If he doesn't play tonight against a righty, it'd be the 4th game in a row that he sits out, and I think that would kind of just be telling the tale. But isn't he a bench
player to begin with?
No, he was called up to play while Jake Cronenworth's on the concussion list. That's what he was called up to do, to play second base. I don't know that Craig Stammen feels comfortable, and you tell me if you out there feel comfortable with Fernando at second base every night and Castellanos in right field. That is a defensive issue waiting to happen. So I believe Sun Moon Song was brought up to play second base. I don't think they think he can do it yet.
The part about right field, you're absolutely right. Because I saw Nick Castellanos trying to run after foul ball. Give him credit. He made the play, but it was scary. I felt like that was going to go into the gap.
Any fly ball that is, not at Castellanos
has
a good chance of dropping in, and this is not a knock on him.
No,
this is what he is.
This is the type of right fielder he is.
He is.
You got to think Jackson might be cheating a little bit too, so that the gap isn't open.
How much can he cheat though?
I don't know.
He's got Gavin Sheets on the other side, who's not covering a lot of ground.
He's not fleet of foot, or he's got Laureano, who can cover some ground.
Yeah, Laureano's better.
Nick Castellanos in right field is scary to me.
I think it is. Anyway, we'll see what the lineup is. Will Song be in it? Will Fernando get the day? Will Laureano needs a day, but they can't give everybody a day. I mean, Laureano's 3 for 33 with 15 strikeouts. He's been, almost an automatic out. They gave Jackson the day yesterday. He'll be back in, I would assume, today. Craig Stammen right now, I really think he's looking at all his options, and he's like, well, I have to play somebody. The only sure thing right now is Andujar is in the lineup and Bogarts is in the lineup. Manny and Fernando are in there because they're Manny and Fernando, not because of anything they're actually doing. Gavin Sheets is probably a safe bet, although guy's hitting 226. It just seems like he's hitting a lot more.
When you hit 3 3-run home runs to win a game, it helps.
Yeah. And I have one last guy that I have to pick on a little bit, and that's Freddie Fermin. He has been an absolute non-factor this year. Just a far cry, like a really far cry from what he was when he came to this team last year. He was a really good pickup, I thought, the last 2 months. A really good trade at the deadline from Kansas City. He came in. He did a hell of a good job. I can't watch Freddie Fermin too much longer back there. And we've already talked about the fact that he is, for whatever reason, just the absolute worst at challenging on the ABS system. He doesn't get many right. I don't know what the stats say, but I know what I've seen, and he misses a lot of those. And if that throw into right center field yesterday is any indication, he's not exactly cutting down the running game either. So
that was the first really terrible throw I've seen from him this year. But let me tell you this.
Go ahead.
You want to know how I know spring training doesn't mean anything? If you look at Freddie Fermin's numbers in spring training, he hit 395 with an OPS of 1.057.
Yeah. And
now he's hitting what you said, 159?
I don't even know it's that high. Here's a big irony. Most of us would admit to the fact that we can't wait for Campusano to come back.
Oh, I think people are saying it on the chat right now.
I know, but imagine you saying that before the season started. Now we want Campusano back. Bad news, though. June 7th is still almost a month away.
Mm-hmm.
He's not that close. We'll see.
June 7th is pretty far.
We'll see what, and that's the earliest. We'll see what Stammen does with the lineup tonight. I think it'll be interesting. More Gwynn and Chris coming up. We'll hear from AJ Preller. What did he say this morning to Ben and Woods?
Got to turn it up. The biggest guests in.
Morning. We're going to hear from the Padres general manager in just a moment. Welcome back to Gwynn and Chris. Chrisello, Tony Gwynn Jr. on the proverbial bus from the old hotel there in Seattle. I don't know which one they stay at.
Yeah, it's
and
not
even
haunted,
if I did,
so.
I'm not going to tell you. Yeah.
I was a little concerned for Tony when we were just like, "Hey, I'm at the Pfister and I'm on this floor."
He's on the Pfister. He's on this floor. He's pushing the button.
I was
Yeah.
a little concerned.
Yeah, you can't tell people that stuff. But
not that anyone is going to do anything, but you never know.
You don't.
You just never
Honestly,
know.
you don't know. And anyway, Tony made it safely out of the ghost-ridden Pfister, and now he's in Seattle. He'll join us here in a bit. 3 o'clock. Jeremiah Estrada will join the program. A couple of quick notes. If you're just tuning in, Lucas Giolito will arrive this weekend. He signed a deal with the Padres last month. It is time for him to make his debut. Still a little unclear whether it will be tomorrow or Sunday. But what is clear, Matt Waldron is no longer a Padre, at least for now. He's going to go through the waiver process because that's what has to happen. And if he's not claimed, the Padres, I'm sure, would be more than happy to pick him right back up. Seems like he'll get claimed, but we'll find out. Tonight it's Vasquez starting, and then Giolito tomorrow or Sunday. By the way, Giolito, 26 starts last year, 3.41 ERA, which in this day and age is pretty good. So let's hope that we can get a good Lucas Giolito. It would not hurt the cause this weekend. Speaking of hurt, guess who's hurt again? Yes,
Zion.
We're talking baseball. Your other friend Blake Snell.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Didn't he just come back?
He did. He just came back, and he was due to make his second start tonight for the Dodgers against the Angels. Scratched. And the Dodgers have not yet announced a reason for his absence tonight. Will Klein will start a bullpen game for the Dyers tonight against the Halos. That can't be great news for Blake Snell.
Not at all.
And we told you yesterday that it couldn't be good news when Max Fried said he had soreness in his elbow. It wasn't. He went on the 15-day IL today. MRI and CT scans left bone bruise. They should just hope that's it. At least it doesn't sound like there's any, what do they call them? Bodies floating around in the
Loose
elbow.
bodies.
Yes, that's
I read more about this Tarek Skubal surgery. Apparently, they have a nano needle now that they stick into your elbow, and he only had one loose body that they found, and he's already playing catch.
Yeah, Skubal's a little closer to coming back than people thought, but it's going to be a little while for Max Fried and the Yankee situation. This is rivalry weekend today in baseball. Some of the really big, or this weekend, some of the big matchups tonight, the classic rivalries like Toronto, Detroit, Colorado, Arizona.
Holy shnikes!
Exactly. Milwaukee, Minnesota. Can't live without that one. I don't even know how Boston and Atlanta is a rivalry, frankly.
That is weird.
Yeah. The Giants and Athletics are still a rivalry, even though the A's have left.
I guess
town.
they're in Sacramento.
But yeah, baseball just trying to shove this whole thing down our throat, and we're not. Well, we're going to watch, but we don't buy it. I think you hit it. This is just called geographic weekend.
Yeah.
These teams,
play your closest team, and then it still doesn't work.
No, it still doesn't work. But Baltimore's playing Washington. That's good. They're in the Beltway.
Dodgers playing the Angels.
Right. Philly and Pittsburgh are actually separated by quite a bit, the whole state of Pennsylvania. But
you got
they're
a
both
Subway Series.
They're both at least in Pennsylvania. Cincinnati, Cleveland. Yeah, you got Mets, Yankees, Texas, Houston, Cubs, White Sox. So there are some of those fun matchups coming up.
But no,
weekend.
the Padres have to fly 3 hours north to Seattle.
Yeah. All right. We'll have the game for you, too, at 6:40 tonight. Sam's pregame at 5:40. I just want to make sure nothing else has happened in the meantime. We're good. So let's get to AJ Preller, who was on with the fine morning show. Did you ever hear about Ben's golf outing to Oregon. He was gone for like 5 days, and all he said, was play the greatest golf courses and most beautiful courses of all time.
I didn't hear the actual trip, but I'm assuming he played Bandon Dunes at some point.
Is that what
there's one?
He told us the name
Dunes
of
is
it,
in
but
Oregon.
I'd never heard of it all, but he said he was going to play 8 rounds in 5 days.
Wow.
It was a golf extravaganza.
That is a golf extravaganza.
And I'm sure he had a great time. I got to be honest with you, though, Ben, if you're out there, because we love Ben Higgins, and I used to work with the guy, and he's been always been one of my all-time favorite guys. Right, but we actually had the same show, a little different, but yeah, I just think he's one of the all-time great guys. But when I'm clicking around on a Wednesday night and I go by ABC at the top of the hour, and I get the slicked back hair and glasses of Ben Higgins going, checking on parking meters in La Mesa, story at 11. Like, Ben is he's so good at doing what they're asking him to do.
Yeah, he's great.
But Ben Higgins should have a loose collar and a relaxed talking about sports, not be giving me the news. But he's a news anchor.
Yeah,
I think
he works
once
for a
week.
news company.
He works for ABC Channel 10 as a sports guy.
I think he's more than that.
They've added to his duties that he has to be the newscaster once or twice a week.
I think it's great. Every time I see Ben on TV, I stop because I know Ben's giving me the truth.
He does seem like he would be believable.
Oh yeah, but he seems like he would be believable because he is believable.
I don't mean this in the wrong way, but Ben Higgins is just a tad too nerdy to make stuff up. He's got to be straight with you.
Rude.
Not rude.
Rude.
I love him, and he knows that. All right, let's get to AJ Preller with Ben today.
And Woods.
And Woodsy. Well, I could go into a Woodsy thing too, but I won't. Padres offensive struggles. It's the elephant in the room. So you got to open your questioning to AJ Preller with that.
Oh, that would be me. Sorry.
That's you.
Padres offensive struggles.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think, you look at our team and, I think on the positive side is that we've found a way to win a lot of baseball games, and we're, sitting there, near or at the top of the standing for most of the first 40 games, which is kind of the quarter point, and a lot of guys contributing, obviously a lot of big swings late in games. And, at the same point in time, we all know that, overall over the course of 162, we know what kind of the standards are and what you need to get to as a group. And, and we haven't swung the bat the way we need to. And our offense overall, if we're going to be there at the end of the season and not just after 40 games, I think, everybody in the building, everybody on the team will tell you, yeah, we're capable of more. So, I think the part I think that, I think we all understand is that, there's a lot of belief in Manny and Fernando and, Xander and Jackson and that group, that they've won a lot of games. They've gotten us in the playoffs multiple times. They'll be the first to tell you they've got to be better, and they understand that. And, again, you look at the track record of those guys and also the want to, I think sometimes you see Manny, you see how easy he plays the game and how well he's played the game over his career. And I think all of this just comes easy to him. Like he works really hard for it, and he's down there grinding every day, trying to figure out, why he hasn't had the first 40 games that he's capable of. The positive, like you're mentioning, is that we've done this and we haven't seen what those guys at their best, and we know that's coming. So, that's the focus every day for us, is trying to figure out like how we get there as a group and how to help those guys individually, but a lot of belief that those guys are going to get there for us. So
I love AJ Preller, but it really would have been a lot better for the talk radio show if he would have just said, the hitting coach's job is on the line this weekend.
Oh gosh. Every baseball person has the same answer.
I only brought that up because everybody who's following this team out there thinks Steven Souza Jr. is to blame for all of this. I just think it would have been funny if AJ would have, even jokingly said, "Oh yeah, the hitting coach is on the hot seat." Right.
But then
you
got to think about Steven Souza Jr. And even if he said I was joking, I'd be like,
right,
"Man,
no, you can't do that.
My job's in trouble."
Yeah, and we're thinking of trading Manny. Honestly, we are. We're looking for trade partners.
Just say a bunch of stuff.
Just say a bunch of stuff. It would be almost hilarious.
So we're talking about everything except for the offense.
Right. We wouldn't even be focused on what we're trading, man. I wonder what we can get for him.
Yeah, that would be the
So-
conversation. We forget all about the offensive struggles.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, we haven't forgotten about them. And by the way, early this morning, what is Pobo?
President of baseball operations.
Thank you.
I love Pobo.
Does everything have to be?
That is too much to type out.
All right. AJ Preller did join Ben and Woods for the MR, the management report, presented by none other than SDCCU. It's not big bank banking; it's better. AJ also talked about trusting the process, which is, I think, about all you can really try to do when things are going south and the hitting is like it is, because you can't just all of a sudden, I don't think, change everything up right now.
No,
Here's what he
I
said
wouldn't.
anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think we've all been part of things where you look up, and if you're doing things the right way, you're going about it the right way from a work standpoint, a preparation standpoint, a mindset standpoint, review. I think that's obviously very important when you have talented players, which we do. But I think we're also realistic that over the last 40 games, it's not a 10-game sample size like we were talking earlier in the year, over 40 games. You want to see those the good process results and that turn into real results. And if not, that's the questions we're asking every day. Is there something we can tweak? Is there something we can do a little bit differently? Is there something from a mechanics preparation standpoint? But we've got a good group. We've got a good, from Craig's standpoint, he's been in it as a player. He knows what it takes and what it looks like. He understands 162, how that plays out and works. And the same thing with the hitting team. So, again, like we're constantly looking to tweak it. We're constantly looking to see, hey, what can we do a little bit better? And when you're not getting those results, you've got to go back to the process and kind of say, hey, is there a way we can do this a little bit differently or a little bit better? And that's where we're at right now.
I got to tell you, AJ is so smooth on those answers. He really, truly is. And I mean this only as the best compliment ever. He can give you a 2-minute answer like that. And really, at the end of it, you ask yourself, what? Like, what did I get?
Here's what I got.
He just has a great way of giving you what you need without really giving it away. And that's probably best.
Here's what I gather.
What do you gather?
They are as concerned about the offense as we are.
I believe that they have to be. They have to be. And I got to believe that AJ is starting to mull around. He's a month and a half out, but he's got to start mulling it around. If he's going to make a trade or two at the deadline to improve the offense, or if he's going to make a trade or two at the deadline because the pitching staff is not going to be healthy enough. If all that's going to happen, we already know he's one of the most aggressive trade deadline guys out there. We also know that there's new ownership coming in, and I would think that they would want to put their best foot forward and give him the ability to make a deal or two. But he's got to start asking himself, okay, where would I be looking? Like, who would I be trading? What I'm saying? Like, am I really going to offer Ramon Laureano in a trade? Am I going to offer Jake? Am I going to offer, I don't know. I mean, you got to offer something. Everybody always thinks, well, let's just go out and get this guy, go out and get that guy. Well, okay, but you got to give something back.
I mean, I could see us talking about Ramon Laureano at some point being traded because this is his final year and he would be kind of a rental for a team if he is, coming back to where he was.
I need Ramon
he's not
Laureano.
very good right now.
No, he's not. I need the April Ramon Laureano to show back up.
He's also got guys in the minor leagues now that are making a name for themselves a little bit. Ethan Salas has been
Ethan Salas, people are starting to clamor for him to just come up right now.
I don't know that that's a great idea.
I don't know that it's as bad as you think anymore.
Maybe.
I mean, I was with you the whole time, like, and you and everyone who said, let's just be patient. Let's look at it just the other way. He doesn't have to hardly do anything to already equal what they're getting right now from Fermin, number one. Number two, there's a month until Campusano comes back, so the window is perfect. Number three, if he struggles, does that mean his career is ruined? A lot of people say that, but I don't know if that's really that true. He could come up and go, I don't know, 4 for 28, and then get sent back to the minors because Campusano's returning, and you work on whatever you work on.
Yeah.
I just don't know that it's that stupid anymore. He's 20 years old. Right now seems like a pretty good time to try it.
He must just not feel like he's. You know what? AJ actually was asked about this. I'm gonna call an audible, Chris, if that's all right.
Go ahead. See what he says.
I have to go and get into the
number
Woods
5
folder.
you have there.
Number 5.
Yes.
Real quick.
Here's
Hold
AJ
on.
talking about Salas a little.
Salas. I'm going to the folder. Oh my
Go
gosh.
get it,
Where
Skraby.
is it?
Oh no.
Here it is. Could Salas handle an MLB staff defensively right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think the great part with Ethan, is he's had a really good start to the season. So I think everything that we've all seen from him in terms of super talented player that can handle a pitching staff, defend the position, swing the bat well. He's wired the right way. He wants to be really good. He asks the right questions. All those things, we've seen with results. Which is fun when all that comes together. I think you start seeing the prospect rankings, and now he's miraculously a month later he's now towards the top of the prospect rankings.
He went up.
So I think we all kind of take it with a grain of salt. But
he went up
I
85
think the good
spots on
thing
one. 85 spots. He shot up 85
exactly.
spots on one of them.
Yeah. So again, he's still a minor league player. He's still developing.
Okay.
A minor league group talked about it yesterday. He's got still a lot of things that he's got to do and check his box on in terms of the development card. But he's got that type of ability that one day down the road is going to be able to help lead us.
So not this weekend. So it's true or false? He'll be up this weekend.
No,
false.
He's
Okay.
got, yeah.
I love that.
Wait a second, Woodsy. Let me get the official lineup.
Is it out? Is it out?
I don't know if it's out yet.
I don't see it
not
on my phone.
page
I
yet.
don't see it on my phone yet.
Don't have it yet. But my favorite comment there from AJ Preller and the whole Ethan Salas thing is he's still got a couple boxes to check. That is the all-time AJ Preller go-to line. If I were doing an AJ Preller impression, which I don't do impressions, that would be one of the things I would say in my impression. Got to check a couple of more boxes.
I mean, there is. I think
one of his
there's a
favorites.
drinking game out there for it. Like when he says, "Gotta check
yeah,
the boxes,"
I
you
see
get a
what you're
drink.
saying. Yeah,
Or if he says, there's certain phrases that he uses.
that is one he uses for sure. All right, we'll take a break. We're going to have Jeremiah Estrada coming on. He's always fun to talk to, and he's back after a little injury setback. We'll get some of his thoughts as we head into hour number 2. Tony Gwynn Jr., I think, should be back. He was on the bus over to the stadium, so hopefully he'll be with us for that interview. Still to come on the program, we have our countdown today, which Matt Skraby came up with the category. So, if you're out there, you're like, okay, where could that be leading today? I thought it was a good one for you, Skrabe. I'm looking forward to the countdown.
Remove the for you. I have great ideas. You don't like them.
I like this one.
Okay. That is true.
All right. So we'll have the countdown a little later. We got a little Chris First to fans. Don't forget, we got a couple of tickets also for A's Padres. I believe the game is on the 24th, a week from Sunday at Petco. You can go. We'll give you the chance to win tickets coming up as well. All right, so here's what happened. I was at the corner, and I'm going to call out the streets because who cares? It was Claremont Mesa Drive and Ruffin Road, which is pretty close to our radio station here.
Yeah.
I had to run over and pick up a little cash from the bank. That was a simple, trip before I came into work. And I'm on Ruffin Road, coming up to Claremont Mesa Boulevard.
Ruffin Road can be a little rough sometimes.
Well, they could pave that. It wouldn't hurt. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt if they can't call it paved road. I know that.
Wait, your issue isn't the potholes in the road?
I'm used to that. So we come up on Claremont Mesa, and we're at the stoplight. I'm in the left-hand turn lane to turn left on Claremont Mesa. I'm the third car back. And there's 2 left turn lanes. There's 3 cars in line here. And then the going straight is also red. And that is backed up each of the lanes. So that I've got cars on my right. I've got cars on my left. I got 2 in front of me. I got people behind me. No big deal. Light cycles through. And our turn doesn't come.
Oh, no.
So the cross traffic gets to go again. And then the people coming across in our direction, they get to go again. And then for a second time, they skip our turn. Well, that's what I thought. So now,
Actually, you're not going anywhere. You're stuck.
Right, you're stuck.
You're not going anywhere.
And my first thought, of course, as a good scout or athlete, is to look around. Is there any way out? Can I back up? Can I? I'll do anything. But there is nowhere for me to go.
No.
It happens a third time.
Whoa!
And I'm pretty clear at this point. This light's broken. And I'm starting to think, how are we going to get out of this? Am I going to have to call, the police to come and fix it? No one's going to know it's broken.
911 emergency response.
Yeah.
Emergency. Ruffin Road in Claremont. The light is stuck.
The light is stuck. And so this is 5 minutes probably, but you can imagine 5 minutes.
No,
that's a long time, right?
Time.
Well, when it comes to the fourth time, I finally start just leaning on my horn.
Oh,
I'm trying to get.
What are the people in front of you going to do?
Well, because there was a moment, right after the traffic comes this way, it paused.
You want them to run the light.
You could at least a couple people could run the light. We could get this going here.
You want them to run the light.
I did.
Break the law.
Well, they had to. Otherwise, we'd still be there. Anyway, so this is going on. So I'm starting leaning on my horn. The lady next to me looks at me like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Good for her. Good for her.
And good for her.
Kidding.
I'm like, ma'am,
kidding.
are you just clueless? Were you going to sit here the rest of your life?
She has faith that the light's going to turn eventually.
Evidently so. If it had gone again, the guy next to me on this side rolled down his passenger window. That starts to go down. I think he's going to be mad. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure the light's broken. Like, how do you not know this? We've all been sitting here for 6-7 minutes now. The two cars at the very front of the left turn lane are not budging. So they apparently are content to sit there for as long as it need be.
They also have faith that the light is going to turn.
But I have no faith.
What gives them that faith?
Yeah, but what gave them the faith? I mean, it had cycled through 4 times now. The 5th time, I was going to just have to get out of my car and walk up to that and go, will you please do something? Or get, and if you don't, and I would have,
something.
You know what I would have said? If you don't want to run the light, just get out of my way so I can run the light. I'm not sitting here the rest of the day. And finally, on the 5th time, the first 2 people ran the light, and the next person was able to get you know what I mean? And after a couple more cycles through, I got out of there. But I don't know.
Did the light ever start working?
I don't know. If you're at Claremont Mason Ruffin Road, you might still be there. I don't know. This was 45 minutes ago or so.
Wow.
So my question to you is, how differently would you have handled this than I did? And I'll start with you, Tony. Would there have been any difference, or do you know?
I don't know if I would have laid on my horn.
You would have just never laid on it.
I think I might have maybe rolled down the window, see if I could talk to somebody, see what else.
See if anybody else was in on it?
I don't think I would have laid on my horn because, listen, what you're asking is for them to, which may not be easy for everybody, and that is the timing between when because they're waiting for their light to turn.
Yes,
right?
they were waiting for
the light's not going to turn. But that also then requires them to guess the exact kind of when the timing of when they can go. And
you know what? Figure it out.
I think a lot of people wouldn't be comfortable with
running the light,
with
even under
light.
these circumstances. Well, I think,
not when there's other cars that could actually hit them.
Okay, I think you're right, and the reason I think you're right is because of the 40 to 50 cars that were now piled up in my area behind me and around me. I was the only one honking.
Right, and then
nobody else thought to do this. All right, so here's what happened. I was at the corner, and I'm going to call out the streets because who cares? It was Claremont Mesa Drive and Ruffin Road, which is pretty close to our radio station here.
Yep.
I had to run over and pick up a little cash from the bank. That was simple, trip before I came into work. And I'm on Ruffin Road, coming up to Claremont Mesa Boulevard.
Ruffin Road can be a little rough sometimes.
They could pave that. It wouldn't hurt. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. They can't call it paved road. I know that.
Wait, your issue isn't the potholes in the road?
That was I'm used to that. So we come up on Claremont Mesa, and we're at the stoplight. I'm in the left-hand turn lane to turn left on Claremont.
Boys are back at the studio, and let's continue our Friar Friday. Jeremiah Estrada joins us here. this Friday. And Jeremiah, how are you, my friend?
What's good? What's good? I'm doing good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Fresh off the IL not that long ago. And you kind of went on, I think I remember hearing you talk about it a little bit when you went on the IL. You kind of knew you were hurting. You were trying to pitch through it. At what point in that process did you start to know, I might have to take a seat because this is actually hurting me a little bit more than it's helping me at this point?
Well, first off, thank you guys for having me here, by the way.
Always.
But second is just, usually I think as most players and athletes do, they'll always try to try to kind of thug it out, try to do what you can to help out the team, to help out the boys. Cause I think you want to feel is that not that you're letting down your team, but you can't just do your absolute best to do what you can for your team and for your teammates. But, as I was just getting through and, I was capable of throwing strikes and everything else. But, of course, there was a significant difference between the past 2 years of my velocity to how it started off this year. I mean, I got all the way down to 92, and the last time I threw 92 was maybe a sophomore in high school. So,
If it makes you feel any better, I never went 92 ever. So, at least you got there.
Yeah, but of course it's a type of thing that can get you frustrated, and but I'm grateful to just be at the age of 27 to be able to experience things that I know that I'm in no rush. I think that's the one thing, and as a believer in Christ, it's in God's timing, not my timing. And it felt like a time where I felt like I needed to not try to push through things, to kind of be smart with it. Don't try to force it, it's not playoff baseball yet. In playoff baseball, yeah, I'm thugging it out, doing what I can to do it for the boys. But, just kind of being smart with it, understanding that there's a lot of time that we have and a lot of time left that I feel like I have in my career. I want to kind of take the time to be 100% and not try to go out there and do what I can do at 60% or 80%, and it's still not enough. But, I got to just, take a little break and glad to be back. I'm absolutely grateful for the staff that we have, the training staff, the weight room staff, and just even our pitching staff, for helping me get back in shape and understanding to do what it does to get back to the game.
Jeremiah Estrada is our guest, and as happy as you are to be with us, we are just as happy to have you back here, Jeremiah. The way this team is going this year, I don't know where you've been for all of these, ninth inning home runs, but I know for the walk-off, if you're in the bullpen, that means you guys got to kind of sprint in to join the celebration. How much fun are you guys having watching this go on? I mean, I know you're in the dugout once in a while. Maybe you already pitched in that game, but I mean, this has been pretty crazy, and I imagine everybody's enjoying it as much as the fans are.
Oh, yeah. It's lit. It's pretty sick to see how that goes. It's just in that perspective, it's like as a pitcher, I always think of someone who used to hit, just thinking about as a kid, you think about these type of moments, being able to hit a walk-off home run in the major league. It's a kid's dream right there. On my end, I got to avoid those type of things to happen.
Yeah, right.
But what's funny is both times it's we don't even get to run from the bullpen. If it happens, the guys are already at home plate. By the time we get there, it's already ended.
Yeah.
So we just shake hands in the bullpen, and that's about it. But where have I been? I think I've been in the bullpen one time so far this year when we've had a walk-off. All the other times I was inside just getting treatment done because I already had pitched. But it's pretty sick, especially Gavin just doing what he did his last game. It's taking an up away slider. That's crazy.
I know you were in the bullpen for one, and you've already pitched in some of the other ones, but I would imagine when this team gets to the 7th, 8th, 9th inning, and let's go through that sequence in Milwaukee, right? You get Andujar with a 2-out single, Bogey battles to get that at bat. At that point in that dugout, is there a type of a feeling of something's about to happen good? Because at this point, you guys have done it so many times, I would imagine that it's not the same feeling as it was game 1, game 2 into the season when you get into these situations.
Yeah, I feel like with our guys, we don't know when to stop or quit. I mean, as being an athlete and someone who's competitive, I figured you can't let that be in you no matter what the score is. I mean, there's been times where, there was a time where we scored this year where it was actually that night where that I watched the walk-off. Oh, no, I was inside. It was when Merrill hit the one down the line where we scored like 5.
Right.
Oh, against the Mariners, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, stuff like that is just like we strive to those moments because at the end of the day, anything is possible, This game is so – you just never know what could happen. It's such an unfortunate thing that it takes a pitcher to fall apart, and the next thing you know, there goes the team taking advantage of it, or even a saying of, leadoff walks, leadoff first hits. There's just all these like little stereotypes. But with the guys that we have, man, it's a bond here that we just, we're not only just playing for ourselves, but it's just the brotherhood here. And if you're quitting on yourself to just go out there and try to get the game in, you're quitting on your homies or your boys. Sorry. But
both
homies works.
Yeah, that works.
Both, it's all the same. That's how I look at them on top of brothers, but beautiful sport, man. It's beautiful to see what we're doing, and I'm happy to see where this is taking off.
Yeah, I mean, we're having a lot of fun, but we keep asking Jeremiah about all these exciting ninth inning finishes, and as he said, it's his job to make sure that we don't have exciting ninth inning finishes for the other team. So he's got to come from a different angle. Jeremiah, the most exciting thing I've seen in the last 2 or 3 years still was you striking out 13 batters in a row. We're going back to 2024. I was there. I would not go home until you got that last strikeout. And, just incredible. I thought the record may stand for a long, long time. Starting to get worried, Jeremiah, with your boy Mason Miller around.
We got this fool named Mason Miller.
He may be breaking that pretty soon. What's your thoughts on him and him being part of this bullpen?
Honestly, if anyone is ever going to beat it, I would want it to be someone that's on our team. Makes it even better, you know. But it's not up to me. I mean, I could try to do my thing again and try to do it, but it's so sick to just see other people thrive. I love to see what God is doing with many people's lives in this sport and just in life in general. And to see what he's doing with him, I mean, we all know that he's got diabetes too. Just seeing how he can overcome that and be who he is, it's unbelievable. And it takes a lot. But yeah, it was funny because when he got to 10 in Pittsburgh, everybody's just like looking at me. I'm like, what are you guys looking at, bro? But it's like, I get it, guys. I mean, damn. They're like, well, the good thing is, like, we never know if you would have continued or not. And I was like, that is true. But nah, that would have been sick. I root for it. At the end of the day, it was a moment that I felt that, that I never really felt I needed that type of spark in my life, and I enjoyed it as much as I can. Blessed to just have my name there to this day, or just the fact that I was able to make it there in the first place.
Wow,
but of course, awesome. This game is just getting greater. These athletes that are pulling up are just, the game's getting better, and sooner or later there's going to be someone possibly getting 20 in a row. I mean, this fool was on track of that. So, I mean, he ended up like giving up that little grounder.
On track
and then he ended
up getting,
but like he ended up giving up that little grounder. And the next thing you know, just goes like 7 in a row again. I'm like, bro, settle down. But we laugh about it, man. He's my boy. He's a brother of mine, and I'm happy he's on our side.
Jeremiah Estrada joins us here. And Jeremiah, I got to ask you before we let you get out of here, you really went to work on the split change and in your slider, your secondary stuff. Just talk about the evolution of those two pitches, because they've kind of been a separator for you here this season.
Yeah, going back the past 2 years, of course, there's always room for improvement. I wasn't really happy with how it was last year. And this year, like this offseason, I just really wanted to focus on my 2 top pitches. It's no surprise that the splitter and the fastball are my top two, and then the splitter is kind of the third pitch. But I as last year came along, I was falling into those little phases that were like the splitter was just gone, and then I was relying on the fastball and a slider. Relying on 1 and 3 isn't quite the best thing. You want to kind of get those 1 and 2 pitches locked in, So going into this offseason, I really focused on it. It was kind of annoying to my fiance that I wouldn't be able to go anywhere without a baseball in my hand. So it's just getting a feel, It's just how this game is. You kind of think about it, stress yourself over it. But just kind of working on it, getting real comfortable with it. In spring, I really focused on just kind of going fastball split. I didn't start throwing a slider till I got to spring training. And we worked on a new one with Niebla. At times it could get a bit cutterish, but, that's the point. We make progress as we go, but priorities first, getting your top 2 in and seeing how that works. And, thankfully it's been a blessing. We had a little bit of a rough start with it, but we're back to it.
Are you still there?
Yeah. Am I saying bye? Oh, okay. Jeremiah, we appreciate you coming on today, man.
No, I didn't. I was.
He pushed the wrong button on the pitch track system there.
Yeah,
so that's all that happened.
That was my fault. Have a good one, Jeremiah. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Jeremiah.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir.
Jeremiah Estrada there on this Friday, and always fun to catch up with Jeremiah, man. He's glad he's back healthy again.
Did he say? He said like this fool is going to keep trying to break my record. I love how he's
awesome. That. He's awesome. He just sounds like another friend of mine.
Yeah, no,
he's not though. He doesn't know you.
Okay, all right, Chris.
He's not.
All right. Okay. I bet you Jeremiah would rather hang out with me than you.
He said he's not though.
I'm not going to argue that. He probably would rather hang out with you.
Tony, I'm sorry I jumped in like that. I got scared that we lost you.
I'm glad because I knew your stupid little button thing that you were trying to talk to me. I didn't hear anything. I knew you were trying to talk to me, but it
didn't know what he said.
It could have been anything from Chris has one more to let him go. And
I
you
just
didn't
think
get either.
I'm just predicting this, but I'm thinking Jeremiah would actually appreciate me because I can make blindfolded way better guacamole than you ever can, and I think he would appreciate that.
Is that right?
I don't know that Jeremiah probably knows like.
You think he's got a few recipes
himself?
He's got
a few recipes.
He probably does.
He loves food.
Why would you assume Jeremiah has a few recipes?
Because he always talks about how he eats tacos all the time and Mexican food.
Okay.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do, Tony. I see what you're trying to do. Hey, I love guacamole and I eat Mexican food all the time too.
Yes, you don't have to be from a certain anywhere to enjoy guacamole. So,
but Chris does. I will say, Chris brought his guac in one day, and it was good. It was good.
We all partook in that one, didn't we?
Yeah, we ate the whole bowl.
Yeah, it was good.
It was gone. It was gone.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So I believe I have to get us a break then. So I will be with you guys for one more segment. Let's get to break. More Gwynn and Chris on the other side.
From the 855.
Craig Stammer joins us here on Gwynn and Chris. And Craig, you get asked pretty much. I'm here every day. You get pretty much asked every day about your lineup. There was a couple times I felt in particular that you were messing with everybody out there.
Why don't you ask him what his lineup's going to be the second game instead of opening day lineup?
We're getting close to that particular time. You haven't really had your whole team as a whole to kind of make that kind of decision, but I would guess that you have at least an idea of where you want to go at this point.
Yeah, I have an idea. Tatis, Machado, Mero are going to bat at the top of the lineup somewhere.
Good thinking, Craig.
I told you I wasn't that smart.
Yeah, touche.
But yeah, I think it's been fun. It's fun to go through spring training and try different lineups, try different things, especially with the guys that were gone for the WBC.
Did that make it a little bit easier to try some things because you kind of were forced to?
It definitely made it a lot easier because there's no way you could write a Padres lineup without Manny and Toddy somewhere in the top 4, and so being able to try different people in different spots and just see how they took to leading off or took to batting second or batting third, batting in the middle of the lineup and how that looked in Cactus League games. So try to take all that information in and then make a good decision on opening day.
Craig, talking about, the fact that you've surrounded yourself with people and you're learning and you're asking, but what kind of thing, that said, what kind of things did you feel were important for you as Craig Stammen to try to bring to this job and to this position and situation?
Well, I just tried to be myself, and that was the only thing that I could bring to this situation, this job. And
okay.
The one benefit I have is I played with a lot of these guys, so they kind of, as long as I wasn't being fake as a player,
right.
I am who I was, and I'm trying to be that same person right now. And so that they know they got someone that they can trust and that someone that they can count on, someone that they can talk to, and then also hopefully someone that can put his foot down when he needs to. I think that's part of this role, and definitely going to be tough with, some of my best friends, but I think that's also the fun part of it too, is like, who doesn't want to play baseball with their best friends and, figure out a way to win it all.
With this particular group, from the pitching side of things, you guys came in, a lot of arms for, a couple of spots. Joe Musgrove sounds like he's not going to be ready for opening day. One of the things I've been trying to impart on people is the difference in how you guys look at it versus how us fans look at it, right? I think we get so excited about opening day and we get our hopes and minds set on that when it's just one of 162.
Right.
How different are things now with kind of the situation with Joe being down, at least at the start, in terms of the competition that you guys have had unfold?
Yeah. You know what? Opening day is special, right? When you're on a squad for opening day, you made the opening day roster. Like, that is a big thing for players. There's no doubt about that. However, like what you said, it is one of 162. It counts the same as game, 150,
right.
130, and 120. So we want our best team for the majority of the season, not just on day one. And looking at the pitching staff specifically, we've got a lot of guys that have track records of pitching well in the big leagues, and they're competing for spots in our rotation right now and in the bullpen. And so, we're going to try to keep those guys around as long as we can and give them opportunities throughout the rest of spring training, and then, see where we're at opening day and, go from there. But, so far those guys have pitched really well outside of maybe a few snafus, but, they're in a good spot right now and ready to help us.
Do you have someone in mind for opening day already?
We have, several pitchers in mind for opening day.
It's not going to be you, Tony.
Yeah.
I can guarantee they're going to be me.
Yeah, we got some good pitchers. That's a good thing. We have choices.
There
we
you
have
go.
many
Fair
guys
enough.
that could do it.
I know we're wrapping this up, and I know you have a lot to do. I want to try to get one question in that hopefully you haven't heard a lot. Have you thought about your first trip out to argue with an umpire in a major situation? Not just chirping, but I mean, something where you got to get out there and really make it happen. If so, have you asked anybody for any ideas or dreamed about how that might look?
It ain't going to look good if it's scripted, put it that way.
Okay.
So, the only thing I'd say is my kids have seen it. Maybe not outside, but my kids have seen it.
They know you got it.
They saw it this morning.
Oh, okay. All right.
If the umpires stop listening, then we, dad mode comes out or whatever. But, it'll happen when it happens.
Okay.
It probably won't be me just getting angry at an umpire. It'll be hopefully me protecting some of our players and showing them that I got their back.
Well, Craig, hey, man, we let you get going, man. We appreciate you coming and spending some time with us. Good luck this year. You got a whole city behind you, my friend.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we've told everybody who'll listen to us that the Craig Stammen we got a chance to know here is going to be in a perfect situation. So we wish you the best.
Helps. We got a lot of good players, so we'll be fine.
No doubt.
That's true.
Craig Stammen joins us here on Gwynn and Chris. And Craig, you get asked pretty much. I'm here every day. You get pretty much asked every day about your lineup. There was a couple times I felt in particular that you were messing with everybody out there.
Why don't you ask him what his lineup's going to be the second game instead of opening day lineup?
We're getting close to that particular time. You haven't really had your whole team as a whole to kind of make that kind of decision, but I would guess that you have at least an idea of where you want to go at this point.
Yeah, I have an idea. Tatis, Machado, Mero are going to bat at the top of the lineup somewhere.
Good thinking, Craig.
I told you I wasn't that smart.
Yeah, touche.
It's better. Enjoyed that visit. Hope you did as well. Our Friar Friday interview from Seattle, where the Pods and the Seahawks play tonight. Be kind of interesting.
That would be really interesting.
Sam Darnold
actually
was batting leadoff. That would throw people for a little bit of a loop.
Somehow he would find a way to throw an interception.
Yes, he would hit it to somebody.
Or win the Super Bowl.
I know. I can't say it
that was
anymore.
kind of rude.
I can't say it anymore.
Yeah, or win the Super Bowl. Thank you, Tony. Got a couple of quick things on the NFL schedule, which came out yesterday. But before we get to that, we just finish up a baseball note. Something funny happened in the Cardinal A's game yesterday with our guy Dallas Braden.
Yeah, let me explain.
Set this up, Skraby.
So the A's are playing the Cardinals, obviously, and J.J. Weatherholt is standing very close to the plate. And Dallas Braden is a little angry about it being a former pitcher.
Are we supposed to see something right now?
Yeah, I'm going to start it in just a second.
You need to explain that J.J. Weatherholt is standing close to the plate as the on-deck hitter.
Okay, as
so
the
people
on-deck
get
hitter.
that.
Oh,
it's kind of important.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Standing as the on-deck hitter. I'm going to start rolling the video.
J.J. Weatherholt again taking free peeks. 3-10 with runners in scoring position entering play. Yep. Another check swing.
Dallas Braden keeps
on
going.
a back foot sweeper, 1-2.
And they're showing the replay.
Just such a difficult pitch. I mean, I think I see this slider from Perkins. I think about that wipeout slider from Mason Miller.
Oh, yeah. He's way
similar profiles. I mean, at this point, Weatherholt is in the batter's box. My goodness.
And then it goes on for a little bit, and Dallas Braden keeps talking about it, and then I'll skip forward, and then the umpire tells him to move.
Now he tells him, JJ, back up.
Thank you.
Finally.
It's about time. It's about time.
They didn't hear. There's no way they heard Dallas.
Yeah, they didn't hear him, but the umpire did move him back.
that was
for sure.
That was the OG right there, Bill Miller. Had enough.
Good for Bill.
Listen,
I mean,
you're not finna pull nothing over Bill's eye. He probably didn't see it at first. Once he saw it, he's like, "Oh yeah, this dude's out of pocket."
But there was only one out in the inning, so I'm assuming Weatherholt did come to the plate. But it was
so he got a lot of good looks before they told him to back away.
He's also lucky that he didn't get hit when he came up.
I'm saying though, like people don't like to hear those things, but that is kind of like how it works. Like if you're gonna press the envelope on, bending rules or trying to get an advantage, and you get caught, there are consequences. You get caught if you get caught relaying signals from second base or anywhere else, there could be a consequence to that.
I don't know that, Tony, when I was warming up to start an inning, if I felt the on-deck guy was even too close while I was throwing those pitches, I might let one get away. I couldn't hit him, but at least kind of send the message that I don't like where you're standing. You're too close.
You pitchers are weird, man.
Hell yeah, we are.
You guys take such offense to weird things. I understand that being too close, that's weird.
So what else do we take
offense to? Just like, oh, you're standing too close. I'm going to hit you with this baseball.
Darn right.
Wait, time out.
Yeah.
You're standing too close. Wait, you said you understood it in one breath, and then you like dissed it the very next sentence.
I was trying to move past that.
Can you tell me which side you're on this?
I am on the side that pitchers most of the time, I think, run a little too hot. I think
that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this.
This specific
if you were a pitcher, and the dude on deck is like basically standing behind the hitter in the grass.
That was bad.
Okay, so tell me this. Is he there to try to pick up something for the pitcher, or is he just trying to see the release of the pitcher? What's he trying to do?
He's trying to time everything. Yeah,
okay.
He's getting way more.
So it's not like he's stealing signs.
He's still getting a huge advantage to stand there.
Okay, I believe you guys.
It's definitely an advantage.
And I think that there's still some old school, at least in me. And, when I go back to, the old days, and Willie Mays once started digging in against Bob Gibson and then looked out and begged him not to hit him because he felt bad that he was digging in. And Bob,
listen, that's and to me, like, we're not even talking about that's not even an advantage.
He's just digging his feet in, making it look like he was getting comfortable. And Bob Gibson said, "You better keep digging because I'm going to bury you right there." So, that's how it used to be. And I think there's a little old school left where that was all very acceptable. And you would say that is crazy now.
Clearly, Fromber's still got a little old.
Fromber's still doing that. Yeah,
him a little bit.
He was the one. I mean, it was because they were relaying signs from or they were looking at his pitch grip and then relaying something to the hitter. That's why Trevor Story got hit in the back.
Yep.
Well, either way, they were relaying it, and they got caught relaying it, and then there was a retaliation because of that.
I love
relay.
Dallas Braden, though. What is he doing? He's standing in the box.
He wasn't wrong.
He was, dude. I honestly even maybe not Verlander, but I can imagine if you or any of the older dudes who remain, right? Verlander, Scherzer.
Maybe even Logan Webb, he hit Dalton Rushing.
Even my man for the Rangers that was with the Mets, DeGrom.
Yeah.
If you stood
where that guy was
warming
standing,
and you stood and there was a hitter in the box, and the on deck dude is literally behind him, all right, let me get my time. Someone's getting drilled.
Okay, I believe you guys.
Hey, why don't you get the timing of this pitch that I'm throwing at your head?
Right.
That
You know what? You're not
down.
even going to be able to use that timing because I'm burying this baseball.
I'm
right
really
in your
surprised that
ribcage.
the pitcher didn't see it because I think I would have seen it. Because
He's
he
locked
didn't.
in.
Anyway, I was going to do the NFL schedule notes.
Here's the thing:
Yeah.
the Oakland A's dugout is on the other side of where first base was. Somebody noticed it and was like, I guess Bill could have saw it himself and was like, put a stop to it. But I'd imagine Cots and those dudes saw it at some point and was like, hey, look how close he is, whatever it may have been, right? Because clearly the pitcher and catcher didn't seem like they had any clue what was going on.
And that's why he kept coming closer, as Dallas Braden said. He's like standing in the box.
He was quite perturbed, which I loved a lot.
Well, Dallas was a pitcher. He
Dallas,
gets that.
man.
He's a pitcher, man. You got to have that psyche.
Dallas was fuming as if he was in the game.
He was right. He wanted to go down and hit the guy with a pitch, even though he's not pitching. All right, we'll do the NFL schedule notes after this segment, but we got a lineup, Skraby. So, and I'm kind of curious to see what it is today.
I have it and you don't.
Go for it.
Jackson Merrill playing center field, leading off. Fernando playing right field, batting second. Manny playing third, batting third. Gavin Sheets at first base, batting cleanup. Xander Bogaerts batting fifth, playing shortstop. Miguel Andujar sixth at the DH. Sixth, I can't say that word. DH. Ramon Laureano left field seventh. Sung Moon Song playing second base, batting eighth, and Freddie Fermin catching for Randy Vasquez.
So the two guys that are off from the main 11, usually Bryce Johnson doesn't get to start, and whoever is the backup catcher. So those two. But the two that are off tonight are Castellanos and Ty France. So, he's moving it around, which is, the way he's been doing it. I'm glad to see Sung Moon Song get at least one more shot. I don't know how much longer, he stays here. Because Cronenworth's got to be getting close, Tony, and the team's coming home next week. So I think they'd like to see a little bit more from Sun Moon Song. And I like this lineup a little better because Fernando's in right field. Yeah. And I know that I'm taking, Castellanos or Andujar out because I have to put one of them at DH, but I just feel a lot more comfortable when Fernando's out there. That's me.
Emerson Hancock shoved it.
Yeah.
He came back and won that game, but he's definitely was a problem. I don't know. I haven't gone back and looked to see who started in that game, but
against him, yeah.
Yeah.
I know Munoz tried to finish and he didn't get there.
He's one of the many closers that didn't finish.
Not that game. Yeah.
So we'll see. I think you're right. I think this is kind of I would say probably not. I was going to say this would be like the A lineup, but I think Miguel Andujar is probably a part of the A lineup. And since
he's in there. No, he's in there.
I thought you said he wasn't there. Yeah. No. So then,
no Castellanos.
I would say outside of Sung, this is their normal,
right?
Normal
the one they
lineup.
go to
in that first game. Fernando pinch hit for Jake Cronenworth late in the game, so he
was off.
Yeah, he was off that day, but it went Laureano, Merrill, Bogaerts, Machado, Sheets, Castellanos, France, Cronenworth, and Fermin.
So Andujar didn't get a start in that game.
Nope.
So there you go.
He's raking on the road, by the way, Andujar. Big road number splits. Yeah. But he's about 100 points higher away from home. All right, T, have a good call tonight. Have a good weekend. Stay dry. We'll see you back in here next Monday. And, of course, we have Dodgers coming in. So, hey, that speaks for itself. But have a good weekend and, try to bring us all home in first place for that Dodgers series.
I'll do my best, my friend.
More Gwynn and Chris coming up. Our countdown is next. Tony's, he's with that. So we got, well, I'll tell you when we return the Skraby subject when we resume Gwynn and Chris. Bennett. 6, Gwynn and Chris. Gwynn will be with us in this segment because we are going to be doing our countdown. We'll tell you what the Friday countdown is in a moment. Gave you a Padre lineup today. 7, 8, 9 one-hitters. Laureano, Song, Fermin, and then to the top, Jackson Merrill. I mean, all 4 of those guys are just a major slump right now. All 4. And then Fernando and Manny are after that. Can't exactly say they're red hot. So
I looked at, in my deep dive in the Skraby show last night, I looked at the top 4 guys in the Padres lineup against the rest of the league. They're hitting 190 from the leadoff spot this year with only
Padres
1 home run.
I also could tell you, I think Braden was the one who told me they've only been the leadoff guy to start a game on base like 3 times all year. And they've played now 40, what have they played? 43, 44 games.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, first guy up, very rarely. Well, look, the Padres have scored 8 runs in the first inning. That's the fewest of any team in baseball. 8.
I guess that makes sense. And the only home run, I guess, now I'm remembering it was Jackson Merrill.
First inning home run?
Against the Giants, I believe.
Yeah, it was a while ago. But, we are doing our best to complain, and they are just doing their best to keep hanging in there, though. So they're a half game out of first place. Dodgers will play Angels tonight, and just mentioning that because Blake Snell was scratched from his start. More bad news potentially for the Blue Crew, which doesn't break anybody's heart here. The NFL schedule came out yesterday. I mentioned a couple of things I wanted to touch on before we do our countdown. One is what we told you, Niners, Dolphins. So it's the Skraby,
the Skrello Bowl.
The Skrello Bowl, right? It'll be week 2 in San Francisco, September 20th. If anybody wants to, help us go to the game or
please
get us tickets, we'd love it. But we're just kind of reaching out for the hell of it. The other couple of things, because I did think of this. The Dolphins are not scheduled for a single primetime game this year as one of the worst teams in the league. But I remember that the NFL used to guarantee at least one Thursday night game for every team.
Wait, they're not playing any Thursday night games this year?
And now those days are gone.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dolphins I remember us talking about this. But
Dolphins have none, and they're not the only one. Tennessee Titans, Cardinals, Raiders, and Jets.
The NFL loves Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, he's not going to get one primetime game.
I heard a crazy prediction. He's not going to start a game this year.
Well, we'll see. His first game, if he does start, would be against the Dolphins in Vegas. But yes, those 5 teams have no primetime games, and that has not ever been the case before. 4 of those teams went 3-14 last year. The Dolphins won 7, but they're being lumped in with that group of crappy teams. There's one other note. Maybe you keep it in the back of your mind. There are 2 teams, the Chargers and the Eagles, that get to play 4 games this year against teams that are coming off bye. I wouldn't say get to, have to, right? That's a disadvantage normally.
Totally.
So those teams have a bye 4 times. Chargers and Eagles must do that.
I've complained about that in the past for the 49ers, so I will complain for those 2 teams as well.
There are 14 teams that don't do it even once. So that doesn't seem to be all that fair, but I don't know how you can schedule everything and even be looking out for all of that. So I give the NFL, although the NFL should have enough money to computer program whatever they need to. Right?
Yeah, no, they should. I mean, they should be able to spit out a schedule that is
a little more even. I mean, if the Chargers and the Eagles have 4 games against bye, and let's say the Chiefs have none, and they're in the same division as the Chargers, that seems like a little advantage to the Chiefs, right?
I mean, it's not the first time.
By the way,
Chiefs has gotten a little advantage from the NFL.
Yes, I know.
Remember that Raiders-Chiefs game where I made up a penalty?
I will never forget that one. That one was unexcusable. You could not argue against that one.
They're like, game's over.
Game is over. They didn't even call a penalty. Guy went, game's over, and they walked off the field.
He said he simulated the snap, and it was a fumble. And
everybody was like, what in the world just happened?
Yeah, that was funny.
The Chiefs, it would have been the only thing that referee did not say that day that he should have is, get his mic turned on, look up at the crowd, and whatever the signal would be, Chiefs win. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. And then they just run off the field.
Let's check traffic, and then we got our countdown. I like this topic. Skraby came up with it. See what you think.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
Got a crash on the southbound 163 near Friars Road that just cleared from middle lanes to the shoulder. So you're starting to move again, but you're still going to be sluggish from the 805 all the way to the merge with the 5.
This report is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Summer driving season's almost here. Stop by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They'll check your tires, lights, and essential fluids with any oil change. Stay in your car. No appointment needed. Visit SoCal Oil Change for coupons. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Your 15-minute drive-through oil change.
It's now time for Gwynn and Chris to rank their top 5 of the day.
Gonna grip and rip as usual.
But this isn't just a regular top 5 list.
I love it. It sounds sadistic, but I love it.
This is the countdown. And it starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, in true Gwynn and Chris fashion, Skraby came up with the idea for today's countdown, but when he came up with it, he didn't really think it was that good of an idea.
I undersold it to you guys.
You did, and both Tony and I said, no, that's actually okay. You actually hit on one for a change.
I don't like the word actually.
Well, it's actually correct. So this is Skraby's category, but I liked it. Tony liked it also. And what we're going to do today is help all of you out there in the world of travel a little bit. It is going to be our top 5 landmarks worldwide, places we want to go, places we want to visit, places we've been, places we still haven't been.
Yes.
That's kind of where we're at on this one.
Number 5.
So let's go. Do I ever go first?
No,
you
go
guys
first.
No, you make us go first.
Yeah, I'm going to start with, I'll give you a number 5 for me, and I think it's going to be a really odd choice to a lot of people. But this is representation for me more than anything. I've always been drawn to skyscrapers. I don't know that I'm alone in that.
Engineering fan.
Well, I don't even know if it's the engineering as much as just how tall they are and incredible. I mean, I had to see the Empire State Building. I had to see the Sears Tower in Chicago. But none of them, I think, are as cool as the Transamerica Building in San Francisco. So I'm wearing that number 5. It's one of a kind. It's designed like a pyramid, if you had never seen it.
Yeah.
And near the top, the sides jut out because that's where the elevator shafts have to go to get the people up to the 48th floor. Whenever I'm in San Francisco, my eyes immediately go to that Transamerica Building, and so that's number 5.
Sean Connery in The Rock, he also had a great scene in the Transamerica Building.
All right. You go.
Oh, me. Okay. So I'm cheating a little bit on this one, but one day this will be possible. Who knows if it's in my lifetime, but I really want to go to the moon. I really want to go to the moon.
Your landmark is out of this earth.
I said I'm cheating a little bit. I think going to the moon would be so cool. Like, I want to go so
Would it
bad.
be okay with you if you were just like an astronaut in this day and age and you just went up, went around the moon and came back? Or do you have to get out, walk on it?
No, I think at the least going around the moon and seeing the moon up close would do it for me.
Okay.
Just to be somewhere that not many people have been.
Well, there's not many. I think there's a
I could play
total
some
of
golf.
I believe there's 24 people or something like that have actually walked on the moon.
Supposedly,
right. There are people who think none is the answer to that question still.
So yeah, I cheated the moon.
The moon. Oh my goodness. Before it's all over, he's going to be up at the Crab Nebula or something.
All right, Tony.
Another
the Crab
Milky
Nebula.
How about Yellowstone?
Ooh, have you been? Or let's also say
I've never been. I have definitely never been to Yellowstone.
That's the one with Old Faithful, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's in Wyoming, I believe.
It is.
Right?
It's in Montana too. I've been there.
Right.
It's
It's big enough to be in both states.
Yeah.
But Old Faithful is on the Wyoming side, I believe.
Old
I could be wrong
Faithful
there.
is cool to see,
but not as big a deal as you think, or
no. I think people make too big a deal out of Old Faithful. If you go and you're like, hey, a geyser's going to erupt at this time, and you expect that, that's what it does.
It does what it says it's going to do.
People are like, ooh. I'm like, it tells you when it's going to explode. It's not like you're just waiting.
You're basically saying you don't think it's that cool. Is that what
I
you're saying?
think the geyser's cool. I think the people
he's
reaction
saying that
is
the
not
reaction
cool.
to the geyser is what he doesn't
It's not
like.
that cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha,
But go to
gotcha.
Yellowstone. Yellowstone's great.
Number 4.
Better than Yosemite, which is in our state? Just a quick question for you. I've been to Yosemite, not
because
the other
Yellowstone,
one.
all the animals can walk on the road next to your car.
All right. Number 4 for me is, I don't know that you guys thought along these lines, but I did. I'm going to go with Yankee Stadium. I think that's a landmark that every sports fan should go to. I obviously could hit Fenway or Wrigley or, a couple of arenas like Madison Square, but I've been to all of them, luckily, and I think the one that had the biggest impact on me was just Yankee Stadium. When you walk in there and there's posters and things of Gehrig and DiMaggio and Ruth and Mantle, it just takes on a whole nother world. It just does. You can't help but have a special feeling inside Yankee Stadium because of the history. And I understand that it's not even the original one. They've rebuilt it a couple times, and that doesn't matter. It's still, to me, something beyond remarkable. And I know we're talking about landmarks, but that's a landmark in my world.
My number 4 is going to be a combination of Wrigley and Fenway.
Okay, so you're in the same ballpark.
One day I will go to Yankee Stadium, and it's not on my list because I know I'll get there. But
combining them, that's
okay. Then I'll pick one. I thought
Tony's upset.
I thought Fenway Park when I walked in there, I was like a little kid because I had always heard about the Green Monster. I'd always wanted to go see the Green Monster.
Not as tall as you thought, is it?
It's not as tall as you think. The seats are way more narrow than you think.
Terrible seating.
My
at
fat
Fenway.
self couldn't sit in those seats.
Can't get in them. Yeah.
And they had the troughs in the bathroom, but singing Sweet Caroline after like 7 beers with the Bostonians may have been one of the most fun moments of my life because I was the attention because I was the drunk guy from California singing Sweet Caroline.
I have one quick.
You were in your element. At
Oh
the time.
yeah, I bet. I do have one little trick for anybody that's never been to Fenway. Tell them you're from San Diego. They love Ted Williams enough to know that San Diego is where he's from. You'll get a little extra attention from the vendors and people.
Okay.
They just want to hear that you have any connection to Ted Williams.
I drive by Ted Williams Highway every day.
Or, Hoover High, it's got Ted Williams Field. Just tell them you've been there.
Tony, you're number 4.
Tokyo.
Ooh,
good
good call.
one.
Like downtown where all the neon lights are and stuff? Or?
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah.
I want to do the whole thing. I think that would be a pretty dope experience. Especially after now getting to go to Korea and how cool that was. I think Tokyo would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, well, you know what you should do, Tony, and until you get to Tokyo, wait till the day after Thanksgiving, I believe. Isn't that Black Friday?
Yep.
Yeah, and go to Fashion Valley. It'll be similar. The crush of bodies that you'll feel is what it's like, I believe, walking around Tokyo. There's so many people, but just trying to give you ready for it. That's all.
No comment.
Number 3.
Okay. Number 3 is a place I have not been, and I don't think I'm going to make it. Because I don't want to fly to Africa. I just don't. My wife's tried to get me to go.
Why? Because it takes like
it's just
3 flights?
Too far, too long.
Yeah.
I don't, unless somehow I get to a point where I can, get a first class thing, and that's never happening. But I wouldn't have minded seeing the pyramids of Giza in Egypt. I mean, they were built 4,500 years ago. And I do think it's pretty incredible that if you went out to see them and you were walking along and you asked the guy, how did they build these things? They still don't really know.
Aliens, Chris.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Skraby.
Just helping you out.
All right. That would be my number 3.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. A place I have been, and I'm a history nerd, so I love this stuff, but I saw the Roman Coliseum when I was 18, and it was awesome, especially since I had just watched the movie Gladiator, and I was all about it, and looking through the Roman Coliseum, just realizing that like 3,000 years ago, people were here fighting beasts where I am standing.
Around,
like that is
pretty weird that was going on back in that day.
Tony, you're number 3.
Tony Gwynn.
What was I gonna say? How'd it go?
By the way, for people that just tuned in, we're counting down our top 5 places to go, or landmarks, or things that we want to see around the world.
Oh yes, I believe it's Lake Como. Italy?
Lake Como, Lori.
yeah.
Hey, L'Oreal will go with you. She's trying to get me to go. She's still trying to get me. It's in north part of Italy. It really, the pictures are beautiful.
I actually looked into going to this place for my wife and I's 20th anniversary coming up.
Wow.
Yeah.
But November-ish is the wrong time of year to go because it's really cold.
It could be cold there, yeah. But
so you got to pick a summertime to go. It's when it's best time.
Well, I'm not calling a lockout next summer, Tony, but that might be your year. You may have some free time.
If there's a lockout, I definitely ain't going to Lake Como at that point.
Number 2.
All right, number 2 for me was a close one, but anybody who knows me knows that bridges are my number one favorite thing.
I didn't realize that we had such an engineering fan.
It's not the engineering; it's just the sight of it. I get a kick out of seeing the Coronado Bridge every day or when I see it. But so when you're talking bridges, there's no better place on earth than driving through the Fort Pitt Tunnel and coming out in downtown Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And going over the Fort Duquesne Bridge. And I did look it up today, but there are 436 bridges in the city of Pittsburgh.
Wow.
And when you come through that tunnel, you can see most of them. It is quite a sight to see the three rivers all coming together, the baseball, the football, stadiums. That's it, Pittsburgh.
It was a pretty nice sight to see.
Pittsburgh is sweet.
Yeah.
When it comes to that.
You ever go to the bridges of Madison County?
There you go. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Clint Eastwood and Meryl Streep.
He's here all week, ladies and gentlemen.
Try the veal.
I'll be quick right here. My number 2 is the pyramids. I think the pyramids are amazing.
Yeah.
My grandparents went there, and they said it was incredible to see. And maybe one day, depending on how things go in our world, I'll go
Lori's
out there.
looking for somebody to go. Like I said, maybe you can hop in.
Okay.
You'll fly that far.
Yes, I will.
There you go.
Yeah, Africa is on my list as well. I'm not sure which part of Africa I would want to visit, but certainly definitely on my bucket list of places I want to go.
Yeah. Well, once you sit courtside at a Laker game, we'll send you to Africa.
There it
Number 1.
Just knocking off bucket list items.
My number 1 place I've ever been, the only time I've ever been somewhere where I absolutely felt it, and that was the beach at Normandy, which is where the D-Day attack actually took place, like on the beach, and you can stand on the beach where the world changed.
Yeah.
And I don't have time to give you the whole history lesson. You probably know it out there, most of you, but suffice to say, without the D-Day invasion, we might, be looking at the Berlin Padres rather than the San Diego Padres. This world could have been a whole different place if it wasn't for those 4,000 soldiers approximately who, gave us their lives to basically, let us, get where we all are. So, and that you feel it when you go to that beach. You really do.
I knew you were going to mention that, but that would be on my list too. But I knew you were going to say it. So.
Okay.
Number 1.
Oh, that was my number 1.
What am I doing?
I don't know.
What am I doing? I've seen this, the actual Matterhorn in Zermatt, Switzerland.
Really?
Yeah. You can't even get up to this place in a car. You have to take an electric train, and you don't have any cars in this little town. But we went on Swiss Independence Day just randomly, and the fireworks going up in this small town. It's like one of those things where you see a Christmas card of a town in the Alps. It's like that. And you see the Matterhorn, you're like, wow.
And when you take the electric car to the top of the Matterhorn, can you get in one of those
No,
carts
you don't
and
get
go
in the
down?
toboggan. No, and there's no Yeti either.
You don't get to go
I
down?
looked. But yeah, the Matterhorn is cool. Tony?
I've been to this place. It is actually like the movie says it is. Bora Bora is the one, like the most beautiful place on the planet.
Is it where like the water is just like incredibly like blue, green?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
That does sound nice.
That's another Lori key.
Man,
she likes to go.
Why don't you take her to the places she wants to go?
Tahiti, Fiji, everywhere the water is blue, she's been. Believe me.
Everywhere the water is blue, she has been.
Yes, and I've been there with her.
You even took a cruise last year.
We take a lot of those, but yeah, she
Won't
loves
be doing-
those kind
I
of
won't be
Bora
doing
Bora
that
places.
in the near future.
Yeah, not with the hantavirus.
Oh,
out
stop
there.
it, you guys. All right, we got to take a
I'm
break.
straight.
Gwynn and Chris versus the fans, 833-288-0973. Come on.
Padres Mariners today.
And a hang a star for Jackson Merrill.
Pre-game.
On Friar Friday with Jeremiah Estrada. He was in the 3 o'clock hour. You'll get a chance to hear him again going out at about 5:15. But right now we're coming up on a little Chris versus the fans here on Gwynn and Chris. I hope you guys like the topic. I believe you were telling me, Skraby, that there was chatter on the chat about it. So
David actually went to Zermatt and had the same experience I did. Thought it was amazing. I think everybody should, if you can, go to Zermatt, Switzerland. See the Matterhorn.
Did you get chocolate while you were there?
Of course. Okay. I also got a Swiss Army knife. Are you kidding me?
Did you really?
I have it still. It was a good Swiss Army knife.
Swiss Army knife.
I mean, I'm in Switzerland. Why would I not get a Swiss Army knife?
Did you have Swiss cheese?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Well, why wouldn't you? You just said you got a Swiss Army knife.
I don't think Swiss cheese is their cheese.
It's not? Well, then what the hell do they call it Swiss cheese for?
I don't know.
I know it has holes in it, right?
Yeah, it has holes in it.
Swiss cheese. It's got to be from Switzerland.
It says Swiss cheese is a North American thing.
Really?
But medium hard cheese did start in Switzerland.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed on the notion that Swiss cheese is not
switch.
Yeah, come on, man. All right, we're going to do Chris versus the fans. I got good news.
Oh, wait, sorry. They call it Alpine cheese, apparently, according to Wikipedia.
In Switzerland, they call it
that
Alpine
area.
cheese.
I guess you can't call it Swiss type cheese, but we call it Swiss cheese.
Gotcha. I will tell you this, just as an aside to that. Our sweet and sour chicken, way different, and in my mind, way better than any sweet and sour chicken you could get in China.
I've heard this.
We just Americanize it, and it just, to us, I guess to our palate, but it just, to me, tastes a lot better.
I would like to try,
because you think you would, if you like Chinese food, you'd think you'd want to go to China and actually experience the food.
Yeah. I've heard it's not.
It's just not there. It's not great. So
I've also, when I was in London, I went to this Indian restaurant that was like a real Indian restaurant that you had to kind of find off the beaten path. It was so good.
You like that one?
So good. The off the beaten path restaurants are the best.
London is not known for food. Never has been.
No.
Probably never will be. I've always felt if you go to London, you're just better off hitting the odd fish and chips place and going about on your way.
It's where I discovered mayonnaise on French fries.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, most of the London, they didn't teach anybody how to cook there, except for maybe Gordon Ramsay. He was the only one. All right, enough on this. But I do have good news. Not only the grand prize, you can qualify if you win Chris for the fans, but if you win today, Skraby's throwing in 2 tickets to see the Padres and the Athletics. Padres A's game a week from Sunday at Petco Park. That you will definitely win. You're not like qualified for that. You win this, you get those tickets along with the qualification.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, the rules. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it, and you'll get that question for free. Today, if you love Mediterranean food, try Spiro's for authentic Mediterranean cuisine in Coronado or La Jolla. For dining or takeout options, visit spiroscuisine.com. And here is the grand prize for today's qualification. You will qualify for a shot at a $500 gift card to Westgate Las Vegas. And they are now offering the Breakaway from Fees package, including a $75 daily dining credit, 2-day spa passes, daily cabaret tickets, complimentary valet parking, and $0 resort fees. Special rates starting at $89 a night. Book now at westgatelasvegas.com. I know we don't have much time, Chris, but do you know I worked as a valet driver in San Francisco for 2 months?
I think if you can valet drive there, you qualify anywhere. Because the hardest driving in the world is in San Francisco, isn't it?
Yeah, our little valet, we would do events, and so it wasn't that hard.
Oh, you weren't like a restaurant, and you had
no.
You weren't parking on Lombard Street.
No, someone would like rent out the valet service, and a bunch of guys would show up and do it. One time, they told us, Chris, we are not allowed to move the seat when we get into the car. I couldn't fit.
Oh, you couldn't get in the car.
The seat was way too close to the pedals.
I see what
you're
saying.
But I sardined in there, and I show up, and I look like a sardine in the car because they told me not to move the seat.
You're a good egg, Skraby.
You're a good egg.
You're a good egg.
Thank you.
All right, let's get to the game. Let's play ball.
Let's go to our first contestant, which will be. Got to get that up. Oh, you know what? I like this name, Matt. Hello, Matt.
Hey, how you doing?
Wonder how you caught his eye, Matt.
Matt, do you think it's offensive when people call you Matthew?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. I found a Matt who doesn't care about Matthew, Chris.
Good.
All right. Here we go. First question. Let's see. According to the mid-May betting odds, the National League Cy Young race is between Paul Skeens and what NL West pitcher?
Ohtani.
Ohtani is correct. I also have to tell you something, Chris, after the game about a question we asked yesterday.
Okay.
So remind me about that.
I will.
All right. We go on to the second question for Matt. Here we go. Which team traded Freddie Peralta to the Mets this offseason?
I think the Milwaukee Brewers.
Milwaukee Brewers is correct.
All right.
All
Yeah,
right.
old Matthew McConaughey is happy with Matt here.
Yes. All right. Here
All
we
of the
go.
Matts are getting together on this one.
Question number 3.
Oh, man, you can go to the Padre game, too, man. This is a big question coming up. There we go.
This is a tough question. I went into some stat finding.
Well, tough questions are good sometimes for the player because that means I have to be able to
But
get
I think this is somewhat gettable.
All right.
Since 1995, and I said that because that's when the wild card era started.
That is.
Since 1995, what major league player has had the most seasons of hitting 40 or more home runs?
Which player since 1995
has the most 40 or more home run seasons? And that
40
is for
or
you,
more.
Matt.
Dang, that is
Man.
that's tough. That's really tough. Most 40 home run seasons.
You can pass, Matt, if you would like to.
I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities here that
Ken Griffey Jr.
Ken Griffey Jr.
Interesting guess.
Stay there.
Not going to be right. I don't suppose you're going to tell me how many.
How many seasons?
Yeah, don't tell me. That would help.
I didn't write it down.
That would help me. Sosa had 360 home run seasons. Don't know how many more he had, though. McGuire had quite a few there, at least 2 or 3. But I'm thinking you went elsewhere. Bonds would seem like a logical guess, but Bonds did not have a lot of big single season other than his 73. Everything else was, lower. So I got to go somebody more current than those guys. Man, I'm not doing well here. 40 home run seasons. I'll say McGuire because I can't think of anybody sooner.
Is this too difficult of a question, you think?
No, it's a good question. It's just hard to come up with it. Good for you.
All right, Matt. You are the winner. Stay there.
Let me just think a little longer. I guessed that because I was out of time to try to think of somebody.
This
else.
player, I'll give you a hint. This player's been retired for quite some time.
Oh, so it was an older Juan Gonzalez?
No.
He had a lot of those years.
No.
Manny?
No.
Ramirez? Not Manny Machado.
Oh, no.
Go ahead.
We got some Tommy on the chat. No. Some
Frank
Canseco.
Thomas?
No.
Big Frank?
It is Alex Rodriguez.
I thought of him. He came into my mind. He did. And then it left and it didn't come back.
When he said Griffey, I was like, ooh, he's right there because they were teammates for a little bit.
A-Rod, how many 40 home runs? He's had a lot of them. He cheated his way to most of them.
So does he count as the leader?
I guess he does. Yes, he does.
Okay.
I've always just felt, to me, the home run record is 73. But, in most people's minds and in mine, I understand that Hank Aaron's Roger Maris's 61 still seems pretty good.
It does.
For single season.
Yeah, Judge
had 61 or 2, right?
Yeah.
So, we can all be our own judge. But if the guy put 73 home runs up, he did. The rules of the game did not seem to somehow prevent it at that time, or they was not discovered at the time to be breaking the rules.
The only people who are judging him are the people who vote for the Hall of Fame. That's the only people who
and they're pretty adamant that they're going to just judge it like that forever. Right?
Yes, but someone's telling me I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong, though.
For 40 home run seasons?
Yes, I'm going to have to do this in the break. And if I'm wrong, I will say I am wrong.
It's McGuire, then we're going to go take our prize back.
I don't think it's McGuire. They're saying Bonds did it.
Bonds is interesting because he had that 73, did not ever have another thing over 50. I know that. We'll let you check it out, Skraby. Skraby will be sweating this out during the break as he tries to make sure he was right.
He had 8.
Matt, hang tight.
Yeah.
But
you said McGuire, so we're good.
I did. Matt, hang tight. You're going to go to the Padre game and win the game, but Skraby's probably going to have egg on his face when we return on 97.3 The Fan. Fine print in the question saved you, Mr. Skraby. Welcome back to Gwynn and Chris here at 419. Question said most 40 home run seasons since the wild card era of 1995. A-Rod did that 8 times. Barry Bonds 7. Bonds' other 40 home run season came before the wild card in 1993. So you got it, Scrape. Good job.
Phew. I did filter it and everything. I was like,
you were nervous.
Oh, of course I was.
You were nervous.
You know how many times I've been so sure about something and been wrong?
A lot. Yeah, and we kind of live for those moments. We will have a chance for you to get 2 more tickets to Padres Athletics. It's still on the table. We got 2 more tickets out there. We'll give those away in the next hour, so don't go too far.
Should we preview about Monday?
On that one. And then, yes, Monday we have the Dodgers in town. We'll have our show, of course, before the game. But Monday, definitely a day you want to listen because we're going to be giving away that day 2 tickets to the Wednesday Dodger-Padre game.
Yes.
Next week. So you're going to have to be there Monday to get a chance at those tickets. We wish you all the best on Monday.
We do.
For that. No daily gambit today because we just couldn't get it in. We do have a couple of big games though tonight in the NBA. Detroit, Cleveland. This is game 6. Cleveland's trying to close out the series here. Up 3-2 thanks to the official swallowing his whistle at the end of game 5, giving Cleveland a chance to take it into overtime.
I mean, refs can't win, as you know. They can't win.
That's true.
Because if he would have called, everybody's mad at him.
If he would have called it, he would have been criticized for calling it.
Yeah.
I agree with you. But I think you should call it if it's a foul. And the guy stepped on the Detroit player's foot and then bumped him down. That should have been a foul. Detroit would have got the free throws. The game probably wouldn't have gone to overtime. Neither here nor there. Cavaliers trying to get to the finals here with James Harden. They're up 3-2. They're at home. So it's all in their court tonight. 12-12 right now. They're in the first quarter. I will say I wouldn't give up on Detroit no matter what happens. Because remember in the game 6 in the first round, they were down 22 points at halftime to Orlando in game 6. I mean, you had to figure their season was over. And I think they outscored them 55-19 in the second half. It was incredible how they turned that game around and then went on to win the series. So we'll see. Cleveland trying to knock them out. Also later tonight, San Antonio up 3-2 will be home to Minnesota. I don't know. San Antonio is really talented, but I just think they're too young.
Yeah.
To really, I think they can look. If you go to the regular season, San Antonio beat Oklahoma City, I think 3 straight times, but that was way back when, like in December. I'm just looking for the team that I think has the best chance to beat OKC because I just don't want to see these guys win again. But
I think they're going to.
It's looking that way. It is. If OKC makes the finals against Cleveland, though, bring out the flopping mats because you're going to have Harden, you're going to have SGA, you're going to have Dort, you're going to have Caruso, you're going to have guys just might ought to wear swim trunks since they're going to be doing so much diving. Yeah.
Does Austin Reeves flop?
I don't
know.
so.
It's a random question because we're not talking about the Lakers, but he seems like
I don't think
flopper.
so. I don't think so. The one guy that I really appreciate the most when I would say I don't see any flop is Ant-Man. He takes a hit down there and, puts a shot up and then goes to the free throw line. You don't see him flailing. It's not even that Alexander falls down. I mean, you get hit, you're going to fall down, but it's the way he throws the arms up to attach and leans the head back.
Spit goes flying in the air.
It's just not – it's not a good look for SGA. Guy's an MVP. He's going to be talked to. And I guarantee you, Skraby, when I go to referee high school this year –
there's going to be kids doing it.
There's going to be guys throwing their arms, doing the head thing. And you know what else they're going to all start practicing? That chicken wing push-off with the offhand to get a shot. I can tell you right now, if you play high school basketball and I'm reffing your game, you do one even remote chicken wing push-off, tweet, we're going the other way. I am not allowing that in my game.
Oh, you're going to get yelled at.
So what? So be it.
SGA could do it.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't do it if I was reffing. So that's I hate the chicken wing thing. And Harden does the same thing. So,
maybe it's just a sign of a really great player these days.
It's not. Go up and shoot your shot. You don't get to push the guy away from you before you shoot your shot.
Okay.
Fair
enough.
That's my thinking on that. The end came for the Ducks last night, Skrabe. Good run. They fell to Vegas 5-1 in the last game. Vegas just proved a little bit too much class for the Ducks in that series. 4-2 for Vegas. They got a guy named Mitch Marner who played on the Olympic team, Team USA for Vegas, or Canada, but he plays for Vegas. But Marner's just kind of one of these guys now that is the hot goal scoring guy. And he had a hat trick in the 5th game. And then last night he pulled off this remarkable goal to get the game going, and Vegas ended up winning. So it'll be a good matchup with Vegas against Colorado. I think Colorado will have a big edge. And if you want to see, as I talk probably for a lot of people too much hockey, but I'm so impressed with how these guys do their thing. If you want to see what I consider and what a lot of people to consider to be really the greatest hockey player going right now, I know that this guy from Edmonton, blanking out on Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
But I think the guy for Colorado is better than him right now, and that's Nathan McKinnon. He is unreal, and what he does out there, other guys don't do. So if you want to see somebody really play at a high level, watch McKinnon play for Colorado. So that's kind of that. I do want to touch in the 5 o'clock hour on the story that came out today, because I don't have time right now, Skraby.
Okay.
The NFL is getting criticized by the White House. And we don't mix this kind of stuff in very often because you don't tune in to hear political things, and this is not going to be a political talk. All I'm going to do is tell you what the White House is saying, and then I'm going to tell you what the NFL is saying back. And guess who I agree with, Skraby?
The White House.
The White House.
Because
darn right.
What people are now bringing up.
Yeah.
I'm happy that some people, there's a senator in Wisconsin who is now trying to get it so that they have to show the game in the state if it's on one of these platforms. They have to show it on TV for free so that people can access it.
White House versus NFL. On this one, I'm going to go White House. I'll tell you why. Probably get to that in the 5 o'clock hour because the Big Five is next on Gwynn and Chris. Stick around.
Ben and Woods.
All right, it's time for the Beaver Nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, put me on. And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves Buc-ee's. And so we got into the conversation, and it ended up being about the Beaver Nuggets. And so I had to order them because I find the name Beaver Nuggets very gross. I find it gross. But we're going to go with this. It's kind of like a Cheeto / a corn pop.
It's like a cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle. And we're going to eat them right now. I don't think these are bad, but here we go. I like it. It tastes like a corn pop.
I was just saying it tastes like a waffle, really.
It does kind of taste like a waffle. You know what? I'm in. These are good.
Yeah, I'm not.
You want another one?
No, I don't want another one. But yeah, I mean, it tastes like a waffle, like a waffle with syrup on it.
It's pretty good. I gotta say, I'm not hating these at all. Actually, they're very good. I like this. The waffle is a perfect explanation. If you've ever had, I'm sorry, I'm talking on the microphone with food in my mouth. But if you've ever had a what is it? A Lay's potato chip that's waffle flavor. It's kind of like that. Sad Fryer says, "Are they cheesy?" No, they're not cheesy at all. Actually, they're sweet.
No, it's like a hard waffle with syrup on it, with dried encrusted syrup on it.
Now I don't exactly know what the puff is. It could be just fake something.
Most likely. I mean,
it's like caramel a little bit too. All right, I gotta stop eating these because I will eat the whole bag. I love these things. I'm gonna leave them here though because I will eat this if I go home. It's just gonna be a bunch of beaver nuggets in my bed as I sleepwalk or something like that. All right, it's time for the beaver nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, "Put me on, put me on, put me on." And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves Buc-ee's. And so we got into the conversation, and it ended up being about the beaver nuggets. And so I had to order them because I find the name Beaver Nuggets very gross. I find it gross. But we're going to go with this. It's kind of like a Cheeto / a corn pop.
It's like a cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle. And we're going to eat them right now. I don't think these are bad, but here we go. I like it. It tastes like a corn pop.
I was just saying it tastes like a waffle, really.
It does kind of taste like a waffle. You know what? I'm in. These are good.
Yeah, I'm not.
You want another one?
No, I don't want another one. But yeah, I mean, it tastes like a waffle, like a waffle with syrup on it.
It's pretty good. I gotta say. I'm not hating these at all. Actually, they're very good. I like this. The waffle is a perfect explanation. If you've ever had, I'm sorry, I'm talking on the microphone with food in my mouth. But if you've ever had a what is it? A Lay's potato chip that's waffle flavor. It's kind of like that. Sad Fryer says, "Are they cheesy?" No, they're not cheesy at all. Actually, they're sweet.
No, it's like a hard waffle with syrup on it. With dried encrusted syrup on it.
Now, I don't exactly know what the puff is. It could be just fake something.
Most likely. I mean,
it's like caramel a little bit too. All right, I gotta stop eating these because I will eat the whole bag. I love these things. I'm gonna leave them here though because I will eat this if I go home. It's just gonna be a bunch of beaver nuggets in my bed as I sleepwalk or something like that. All right, it's time for the beaver nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, "Put me on, put me on, put me on." And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves. Got
about an hour left before we give it a Sam Levitt Padre pregame tonight. Pods, M's in Seattle. Quick note from the Padres. They have placed Matt Waldron on the 15-day IL. That is newsworthy because we were all told earlier in the day that he was being let go, replaced by Alec Jacob on the roster, and that Waldron basically would be, put on waivers where he could be claimed. That, as it turns out, was fool's gold. That was not correct.
Correct.
Alec Jacob is here.
Yep.
And probably for a couple of days.
And he did take Matt Waldron's spot.
But Lucas Giolito is going to no doubt come in and take Alec Jacob's spot and start either tomorrow or Sunday. But Matt Waldron is still Padre property as long as he's on the injured list. So
can I say that this situation has been handled pretty poorly?
Well, maybe we just didn't do a good job of reading between the lines. Because we were just taking everybody's report.
The manager of the team yesterday, Craig Stammen, said he's going to be in the bullpen today, the next day, going forward.
Right.
Then later, he's actually going to be DFA'd. And then it was maybe not. And then it was, yes, really, he is going to be DFA'd. And now he's on the IL.
Okay. So they've been waffling is what you're saying.
Waffling is a good word.
All right. Well, because of the waffling, we discussed this in the Big Five. And if you hear the Big
Worst time for this news.
Well, whatever. So we did the Big Five with Tony because he had to get up into the booth. So we did it earlier. Anyway, we're talking about Matt Waldron in this Big Five as if he has been put on waivers. Because that's what we were told at the time.
Yes.
Skraby's going to put something up on the YouTube chat, but I feel bad if somebody's driving home and they just hear this segment because all they're going to hear is that Matt Waldron has been, put on waivers, but that's not true. He's still a Padre.
I think the conversation of the question itself still holds. It's just he's not actually off the team.
So we just want you to know that Matt Waldron is still a Padre as of now, just on the injured list. With that, you can now enjoy today's traffic and Big Five.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
You got a crash on the southbound 5 that's clearing near Washington Street. That's slowing you down just after you pass the 8. The southbound 163 still being affected by a crash that's clearing just before the 8.
This report is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Got miles ahead? Make sure your car's ready. Swing by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They'll check tires, lights, and essential fluids with any oil change. Stay in your car, done fast. Coupons at SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Your 15-minute drive-through oil change.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
Chris and I broadcasting live from the Bill Howe Studios. Tony up in Seattle before the Padres take on the natural rivals, the Mariners.
Thank goodness for natural rivalry weekend. With
rivalry
weekend. It is, and being as half the matchups are hardly rivalries at all. I think the Rockies are playing Arizona. Don't know any background on that rivalry, but what the hell?
It's a huge one. It's a huge rivalry.
I guess so.
All right, well, let's get started. And we talked about this a little bit earlier. It's official. Matt I can't even speak. So
your
upsetting.
mouth is knuckleballing on you.
Yes, good one. Matt Waldron is no longer with us.
Yeah,
and when I say
not
us,
a very nice
I mean the Padres.
Jeez,
he's no longer with us.
Are you going to start? If you play taps in the background, that is going to be far too much. Yeah.
The team made room for Alec Jacob, and according to Kevin Acee, he's going to hit the waivers. So,
Waldron is.
Yes, Chris, do you think he gets through waivers and returns to the Padres?
I don't, but stranger things have happened. I mean, there's got to be somebody in Major League Baseball that's looking for a 4 or 5 starter. I mean, some of these teams are, really, scrapping things together. I think Waldron, in a brief appearance, I know it was only 2 innings yesterday in Milwaukee, but that to me is the Waldron that should pitch. I think he got 4 strikeouts. At least 3 of them were on the knuckleball, maybe all 4. And if he just sticks with that pitch and perfects it, I still think Waldron is a capable pitcher somewhere, and I think somebody will take a chance on him. But I would keep my fingers crossed if I was the Padres that they're able to get him back, because I still believe in Waldron. Not right today, but I still think he could be useful.
Not today.
Well, yeah, I mean, the way he's pitching right now, I'm not accepting of it, but you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. I do know. He's good to have as a stash, maybe.
I think so.
Tony, do you think Matt Waldron gets through waivers and returns to the Padres?
I don't think he gets through waivers. I think there's a good chance he gets snatched up. And, it'd be good for him in some ways, right? He's going to get a chance, I would think, to then go pitch in the big leagues and be in a rotation or however, whatever role it is that they choose to use him as. But if he's not, though, it's good for the Padres for sure. Like to have somebody, another arm that can get some outs. I think that's a positive thing to have.
All right. Well, we'll see.
Tony and I are in the minority of people, I think, who were somewhat defensive on the side of Matt Waldron. Because I still think, even though his numbers were god-awful, at least in 2 or 3 of those games that he gave up runs, he fought his way to keep his team in the game. And I always found that to be, something that was quite admirable. I know the fans don't want to hear it. They're like, either give me 6 shutout innings or we're cutting you. But I thought Waldron fought his way a couple of times and really helped this team in different ways that fans probably don't appreciate.
You know what? For those fans, I say he did a really good job, and just get over it. Jeez.
Number 4.
It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Yeah, he just cut you off.
I didn't do that on purpose.
No, just go. Go
Okay.
number 4.
Milwaukee Buck Miles Turner recently said on his podcast with WNBA star Breanna Stewart, game recognized game with Stewie and Miles.
Right.
One of the reasons that Doc Rivers didn't work out was because he never fined anyone on the team for breaking the rules. And it kind of actually sounded chaotic. Stewie asked Miles Turner who was the most late player, and here is what he said.
We literally, if the plane took off at 2:00, we weren't leaving until 4:30. I'm being so serious, bro. It was crazy, dog. Guys are an hour late to the plane. It got to the point where I knew not to show up until like an hour after they said the plane was taking off. It was crazy. But anyways, that's easy. Giannis is going to show up whenever he wants, really. I think that it's kind of just came with the territory at that. And once I kind of saw what was going down, I was like, hey, man, more power to you. They ain't going to find you. Do what you do. We literally,
and there you go. That's what he said. So, Tony, you're up first here. Does this tell you more about Giannis or Doc Rivers?
Both. I mean, I think, would you put it this way? If Giannis was with the Miami Heat, do you think he would be showing up late to the plane?
Pat Riley?
The answer is no.
Yeah, Pat Riley would, no chance that's going to happen.
And, this is on Giannis as much, right? I mean, you should be setting an example as the supposed, guy on that team. You should be leading by example. But, in a lot of cases, when organizations allow players to get away with it or there's no guidelines set, this is the kind of thing that can end up happening, and whoever it was beforehand, I'm sure it's only gotten worse at this point. So, yeah, I think it's one of those deals where this is a reflection on Doc Rivers in terms of him being able to put his foot down and having that respect. And it's also on Giannis because he's supposed to be, all about winning. These ain't winning type habits. I know that. It don't seem like it.
Yeah. Chris, does this tell you more about Giannis or Doc Rivers?
Well, I'm madder at Giannis. I mean, you guys know how I used to feel when I heard stories of certain players being 10 minutes late to the bus. I'd flailing my arms, right, going crazy. 2.5 hours? Are you honestly kidding me?
That is a long time.
Like 2:00, and you've got because the Dave Marcus guy for the Milwaukee Bucks, the engineer. He's there at 2:00, or
and probably Tony and Jesse as well.
Right? They know they can't be late to the plane, and if you honestly had to sit on the tarmac for 2.5 hours, even if you're walking around outside waiting. Oh my God, how much would you hate the person who made you do that? I mean, so
he said it sounds like he was like, I had to accept this or else that's it.
Now, until I hear from Giannis, though, I mean, that really is a ding on Giannis's character. And it's hard for me to believe that their championship season was a 2021, that he was behaving like that on a consistent basis.
I do think there's been a steady decline in the relationship.
Maybe so, yeah.
Well.
But and you're right though, Tony. Doc Rivers. I mean, from day one, I would expect somebody with his cachet to just walk in and say, "Hey, everybody, be on time." Period. But
to me, the plane thing is on Doc Rivers, right? Like he's on the plane, he can easily be like, "Let's go." Like he can get his
just
own
leave.
Way.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt. But he didn't want to. He clearly didn't want that confrontation that was probably coming afterwards.
Yeah.
And that's a decision that you make, because again, once you have shown your cards in terms of what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do, I think this is a scenario that can pop up. Player then takes full advantage of him knowing that you don't want to confront him or aren't willing to tell the plane to take off, and there you have it.
I mean,
that's the perspective of somebody who wasn't even who was coming in, right? Miles signed as a free agent coming into this season.
Yeah.
So this is all new to him.
Yeah. I mean, it's childlike behavior by Giannis, but it's awful parenting by Doc Rivers. So,
do you think Rick Carlisle is allowing was allowing Miles Turner to show up late to their planes and Pacers? Hell no, he
not 2.5 hours.
Not even. It sounds like Miles Turner was on time.
Honestly,
go.
I mean, 2.5 minutes is too late. When you
I can give you 2.5
well,
minutes.
if you have an issue, but otherwise, you're not normally even afforded that.
2.5 hours is egregious.
What was the story, Tony? A lot of these guys tell you on time is late. I mean, that's it. You got to be there early.
Number 3.
No one knows for sure whether LeBron James's Lakers career is over, and that, I don't even know if LeBron knows if his Lakers career is over, but the Thunder eliminated his team and his contract with the Lakers is over. The time to extend him came and went, so people are going to be asking this question many, many, many times. I'm going to let Chris go first, and then Tony. When the NBA free agency window opens in July, will he be a Laker?
When it opens?
I guess I should ask this. Let me just ask it this way. That was a stupid way.
When the season
starts.
What a
stupid idiot I am.
When the season
Will LeBron be a Laker next season?
Yeah, I think there's only two answers here. One, he'll either play another year with the Lakers, or two, he'll retire. And I think it leans in the direction of playing another year with the Lakers, because I just believe LeBron is competitive enough and feels he's still got enough to go out and play another year. I don't agree with the people who think he should go back to Cleveland or go here or go there. I can't believe he would have fought and done all of this to play with his son for a year or two and then just jettison the situation. I think he's more established in L.A. than we know. He's played there longer than any other place.
8 years.
Yeah, so I think those are the two choices, and I think being a Laker will win out.
Tony, will LeBron James be a Laker next season?
Ooh. I think it's the same as Chris. I think he's either going to be a Laker or he's going to retire. I think he's going to be a Laker because I can't imagine him not wanting to enjoy same thing Kobe got every time he went to his arena for the last time, right? I think
LeBron does like himself a little, so
that's not what I'm saying.
I know, but
that's Chris's opinion. I'm saying is that I think that would be something that he's deserving of having. So if he's going to retire, I would like to see it that way. But maybe he doesn't. Maybe he does not care at all, and he can go off into the sunset without ever having to do it, which is fine too. But I'd love to see him back in the Laker uniform one more year.
I have a question. So do you think the Lakers as the team themselves would be better with him coming back, or could they use the money more wisely somewhere else?
Nah, because I don't think he's going to come back. I don't think the Lakers are going to have him back if it's going to be at the same price
the
tag
max.
that it's been.
Right.
Yeah.
It's going to be at a cheaper price, and if he's willing to be the third option all season, I think it bodes well because come playoff time, he'll be fresher and he won't necessarily be the third option because he's that dangerous come postseason time. So it's almost like when Tim Duncan towards the end of his career, he didn't play a ton of minutes during the regular season, and it was almost like just get him through the year, and then they got him and play a postseason, and he was at his best. LeBron is also just a freak, though. He's still moving around like he's not old.
It's true. It's true.
Which is crazy.
Man, I move around and I feel like I'm an 80-year-old man, and I'm just like 6 months younger than him.
I would say the same thing, except I can't compare
That's
myself.
crazy right there.
Yeah, right. I would say the same thing you just said, but I cannot compare my age to his. So
you're like, I feel like a 135-year-old man.
Next to him, I do. Yeah.
Number 2.
Coach Prime was on the Garrett Bush podcast, and that is a local Cleveland guy. But he was on the Garrett Bush podcast and revealed something he is looking forward to doing in the future. And here is what he said.
I was supposed to go actually next week, but I got to shoot a commercial to Cleveland to meet him because I want to meet him because I think it's vital that as a coach, not the dad, I could tell him a few things about wrong, how to get him going. That wasn't asked of me a year ago. I don't understand it. Like even a guy like Travis Hunter being drafted to Jacksonville, and I've had him for the last 3. Don't you think you would want to talk to me to let me know, to ask me what gets him going and what backs him off and what, like, you would want to know that.
All right, I failed Radio 101. I didn't set up the clip properly. He was talking about he wants to meet the head coach of the Browns.
I figured that. Yeah,
just wanted to make sure. But that's what he.
But he
said.
can't because he's got to go film a commercial. I love how he ducked that in there.
I hope it's a really funny Aflac commercial because I do like those.
Dion's a classic.
Tony, do you think that NFL coaches should do this?
To all parents? No.
No. Like call up Dion and
said NFL. You said NFL coaches. Like,
right.
When you talk, you saying specifically Jacksonville and
Jacksonville and Cleveland. Last year he said Stefanski. Well, he didn't name him, but he said the head coach never reached out to me at all.
So should he reach out on key players on the team?
I think that. I mean, I would think that they already have done that. Isn't that what they used to do when they were like scouting these guys?
Sounds like a given.
Like you'd reach out to these coaches, see what kind of kid he is, all those things.
Yeah, but maybe they don't do it anymore.
Maybe they didn't do it. I mean, I would have thought they've already done it, quite frankly. So I mean, basically, from what it sounds like, they never did it. Which is kind of weird in itself,
and maybe understandable why the Browns are on the bottom every time.
It could speak to the fact that this is the other side of him being Deion Sanders, and I know this used to happen because it used to happen with my dad in terms of hitting coaches not necessarily wanting to say anything to you because they think that,
hey, Tony, you ought to try it this way.
Right.
But you're a nice guy. You would have appreciated it.
Right. I mean, I want to be coached just like everybody else does. But could be a little bit of that. It is weird, though. I got to say, at first, as he was saying it, I was kind of like, what? And then I thought about it. It's like, well, I guess he was the head coach of these 2 players.
Yeah, he
knows thought that when they were drafting or going through the process, they would have reached out and been like, "Hey, coach." I don't know. That's kind of weird.
Knowing what he's Shador's dad. He knows exactly how to fire up his son.
I would think so. It sounds like a little bit of ego on Stefanski's part, and not
shocker with
right. I get that. But I'll just give you an example. I would think Craig Stammen, if he had the chance, would have probably called the manager in Korea who worked with Sun Moon Song just to get a little insight.
It does seem like he would do that.
Right. You want to get to me, a successful leader wants to have as much information at their fingertips as possible. So,
all right.
Even if you have to put up with Dion for 20 minutes on the phone.
Number 1.
He'll be like, hold on, I'm talking to the duck from the Aflac commercial.
Yeah, I'll be with you in a minute, Greg.
Paul Skeens was, I guess he's doing like a recurring appearance on the Pat McAfee show, so we're getting to know him a little bit more.
Thank goodness for that.
I've really, really changed my stance on Paul Skeens. I actually like the guy, and I kind of like his girlfriend. She does good things. So after I got over the fact that Jackson Merrill got robbed of the Rookie of the Year trophy, I am now I'm a Skeener. I think that's what they call him.
Well, he didn't vote that way.
Right? I know.
He just accepted the trophy.
I know.
Okay.
Anyway, he was on Pat McAfee, and he was sharing some insight on his pitch selection. Here is what he said.
Number 1.
What the heck was that?
Sounded like number 1.
You know what? I was using the wrong mouse. Here is what he said.
I was supposed to go.
No! What is going on?
That dude does not sound like Paul Skeens.
That sounds like Dion again.
I'm just going to say one thing, and then I'll get out of the way. Business as usual on the Gwynn and Chris show, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
tried my audio a different way today, and it's not working for me, okay?
You just want to paraphrase what Paul Skeens
here's what he
said?
said.
Oh, you got it, huh?
I do. I hope. Please.
I don't shake a ton. I'm too stupid to call my own pitches, so I just let him. I let him do it. He's got my career in his hands every fifth day.
So he says he lets Henry Davis do it, and he said he's too
Who was his
stupid.
teammate at LSU? Or didn't they both go to LSU?
I'm not sure.
I don't know if they were teammates. Anyway.
Yeah, so he said he's too stupid to call his own pitches. Chris, when should a pitcher call their own pitches?
Well, I mean, I think all the time. That's what I learned. Right. And I've always felt that you need to have conviction on the pitch you're throwing to throw it the best you can and a good feel for it. But I understand that this is not the way it is anymore. And Paul Skeens probably grew up in a high school situation where they called his pitches for him, and the same at LSU. So now he's in the big leagues. That's what he's used to. So I don't think he's ever thought through at bats the same way pitchers used to. So this just makes sense to me.
Tony, when should pitchers call their own pitches?
I think you guys are both viewing this completely wrong.
I know I am.
I mean, in essence, he said, I don't shake, right?
Yeah.
So when when the catcher is pushing the button and he's not shaking, who's in control? Who is actually picking the pitch?
That is interesting because he could shake off any pitch he doesn't want to.
If he doesn't want that pitch, he doesn't have to throw that pitch. This is why a pitcher enjoys having a catcher that he's on the same page with.
Well, for sure.
He doesn't want to have to shake.
So are you telling me that he stands there and waits for Henry Davis to push the right button? Because if he pushes a slider and he doesn't want to throw that, what does he do?
He shakes it.
He shakes it.
I thought you just said he doesn't like to shake.
He doesn't like to, but he does.
He didn't say he doesn't shake.
Yeah.
He said I don't like to shake.
Yeah.
So I let him call. So instead of him out there pushing the button, like we sometimes see Michael King do, but not all the time, it's the catcher is the one picking the pitch. They go over this before the game in terms of what we want to do to this guy. And from what I know, Paul Skeens is very obviously he has a arsenal and can just overpower you if he wants to, but he likes to pitch to the hitter's weaknesses versus pitching what he wants to throw. And so because of that, they got a script how they want to attack a guy. And so when Davis or whoever is behind the plate is hitting those buttons, they're in tune. Now, I bet you if he gets into trouble and there's runners on second and third and there's a pitch he don't want to throw, he is 1,000% shaking.
Yeah.
As good as he is.
I would also just want, okay, so
it's kind of reverse psychology a little bit.
I'm with you, Tony. I think that Paul Skeens also has an advantage over the rest of us because even if he doesn't shake, whatever pitch he throws is going to be hard to hit.
Yeah,
so that helps.
All right, that's it for the Big Five. When we get back, we're going to get you set for this rivalry between the Mariners and the Padres in Seattle. Everything is on the line.
Oh, batting it down, baby.
Nice. Fan.
This is Ben Higgins, and I'm with Jim.
Yes, finally a Friday. I mean, you got it. That's a double thumbs up, I guess. Get you Friday. You got happy hour. You're on your way. Hopefully you're getting home safely. And, hopefully you got another 10 minutes or so in the car, because then you can hear our good interview with Jeremiah Estrada. That's coming up in just a moment here on Gwynn and Chris Happy Hour, brought to you by GL Pools, the company trusted by thousands of San Diegans to keep their pool sparkling, swim ready, and expertly maintained. Call GL Pools now. Say the word radio, and you'll get yourself a free month of service. We got 2 more tickets to give away to see the Padres and the A's. I think we're going to do you want to do the interview here and then come back and finish up? Or do you want to do this segment and finish up with Estrada?
Let's finish up.
You're a producer. You make the call.
Let's finish up, because honestly, I need to edit it real quick.
Oh, so it's not ready. Okay, so we'll just do this segment. A couple of quick things. The PGA, they are into the end of round 2 there. The leader is a couple of guys. One of them is Maverick McNeely. The other guy is Alex Smalley. And I bring up Alex Smalley for a moment. This guy's a U.S. player. Obviously, he went to Duke, and he's been on the tour, Skraby. Looked him up here. Been on the tour for 8 years. Now, I've never heard of him. You've probably never heard of him.
I haven't, no.
No one's ever heard of him. He's never won a tournament. Guess how much money he's made, though, in his career in 8 years? His career
$8
earnings.
million?
$10 million. That is what should make every kid want to get out there and go hit some more balls today.
This is why I wanted to be a pro golfer. You could be a middle of the road pro golfer. No one knows who you are. You have anonymity, and you're making
the guy makes over
$1 million a year.
He basically makes over $1 million a year to travel the country and play golf. The one hang up is that you could try to be a pro golfer, and I think you could put all the time and effort in, but there's no guarantee you could be as good as these guys.
No, you won't.
There's just a special something that these guys can do that takes them up a notch.
Yes.
But, Alex Smalley, $10 million in his career. That's pretty good for a guy that you couldn't have told me even was a golfer.
That's what I would want.
Right. Hideki Matsuyama is 3 under. He's 1 off the pace with a bunch of guys. Ludwig Oberg coming back, Skrabe. He's a 2 under, shot 66 today. He's back in the hunt. Cameron Young, been high on the table this year. Scotty Scheffler, -2 as well. So it's going to be a rush to the finish line. John Rahm's 1 under. And your guy, Rory McIlroy, shot a 67 today, gets down to +1. So he's not dead yet. He can make up that ground. We've seen him. I saw something cool that I wanted to share with you, Skraby, about Rory McIlroy. And now this must be cool if I thought it was.
You hate the guy.
Because I don't like him at all. But there was a Twitter thing, and they had Rory McIlroy standing there, and then underneath him.
Saw it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell everybody else. They showed a silhouette. Not a photo, not an anything, a silhouette of like 7 or 8 different golfers, and they were just, the silhouette was taking a golf swing.
Yeah, it was from behind the golfer.
I mean, I couldn't have told you,
I only named 2 of them.
You named 2?
Yes.
Well, Rory named them all. And I just was like, wow, and he goes, I don't even need to see the swing to know that's Jordan Spieth.
Yep, but just by the setup, which
I'm like,
you can kind of see that, but I didn't see it.
Anyway, that was impressive to me.
What was most impressive?
Maybe I shouldn't have been so impressed, but I thought it was pretty good.
No, it was impressive because he also called out LeBron James and Charles Barkley's swing as well. But at the end, they were like, here's a Tiger Woods swing. And then they asked him, what year was that swing? And he said 2000, and it was correct. Because Tiger has had so many different swings over the
Rory
years.
McIlroy is a student of the game. Let's at least give him that much. Some of the other +1s, by the way, Brooks Koepka, Xander Schauffele, So, they're kind of on the periphery, 5 shots off the lead heading into the weekend. That is in Newton Square, Pennsylvania, otherwise probably known as outside of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
The Detroit Pistons trying to stay alive tonight, doing a pretty good job so far. They lead at Cleveland 43-34. 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. 9-point lead. Pistons must win to force a Game 7 later. Minnesota against San Antonio. All right, I told you earlier. We got a minute or two now, Skraby. There's a thing going on here, a little pushing, shoving thing going on between two pretty powerhouse entities. The NFL, the White House.
We need to talk about Matt Waldron, though.
Oh, we got to. All right, clear it up.
I'm sorry. We have to clear it up real quick. Sammy Lev's going to have the audio of Craig Stammen before the game because we did the Big Five. We had recorded it earlier. We were under the impression that he was being DFA'd. He was going to go through waivers. That did not happen, even though we thought it would happen. So Matt Waldron's on the 15-day IL right now with some sort of bicep issue. And we heard Craig Stammen, Sam was editing it, and Craig Stammen basically kind of says
he tries to explain.
He does.
Confusion. There's been confusion.
I think they've been caught in a little bit of a predicament here.
Well, we'll see how Craig Stammen talks his way out of it. But the bottom line is that there's been a lot of confusion with whether Waldron was staying or going or being DFA'd or what have you. The bottom line is they finally put him on the injured list. Craig Stammen kind of will explain the confusion. You'll hear it on Sam's pregame show.
Yes.
All right. There's no confusion, though, on this fight between the NFL and the White House. And I'm on White House side. Probably not where I end up very often these days, but I am today. The president said he is not happy with the NFL putting so many games on streaming platforms. President goes on to basically say there's a lot of people that can't afford it. These people love football. They've been, watching football, supporting the NFL for years and years and years. Not everybody has enough money to go pay this. He was the president was asked Trump if he would intervene. He said, "I don't know, but I don't like it." Well, the NFL pushed back today, and I got to be honest with you, the NFL, you guys are just full of crap. The NFL said, first of all, we air 87% of our games on free broadcasts, CBS, NBC, Fox, ABC. So we are kind of near the top of that. Second, we are just going to the streaming services because that is where the fans are. They're trying to give us a bunch of hooey, basically, and say, "Oh yeah, the only reason we're on Netflix is in Prime Video and wherever else, where else, Paramount and Peacock. The only reason we're going to all of this stuff is because there's more people that are on those things now." Yeah, that's not addressing the fact that for all of us, whether we're on it or not, it costs more money to watch your games now, where it used to not cost money. And it's also leaving out the fact that the reason the league is going to Netflix and to Prime Video is so they can pocket millions and millions and more dollars. So that's what annoys me when I see a comment like, "Well, we also know that our fans are increasingly spending their time on other platforms, so we have to be there." No, you don't. Because even the people that are spending extra time on Netflix and Prime Video, if they're NFL fans, they'd be more than happy to find you on the free network and not have to pay extra. And I'll be honest with you, the reason that I side on White House is because the NFL is just gouging in a situation where they know damn well they can get away with it. They don't need to make more money than they already do.
Apparently
and that is annoying.
Apparently they do.
Well, of course they think they do, but they're just BSing it by giving us, well, we're just trying to appease our fans by putting it on streaming. Sorry, NFL, I'm not that dumb.
Yeah, that's not the
reason. You're not helping me out.
No, that's not
by putting it on network, but on Netflix or Prime. I'm just trying to help you.
Here's what I'll say about this, though. Like, Prime Video, mostly everybody has if you have a Prime account. So I can understand that a little bit.
Not everybody has a Prime account.
No, it's true. It's true.
You
but
know,
Netflix is also another one.
I mean, we're talking as if, everybody's got a car, everybody's got a desktop, everybody's got a computer, everybody's got a phone, we kind of maybe in our little world think that's Skrabe, but I don't think that's necessarily true. Not everybody's got access to this stuff.
You're right. Not everybody does.
All right.
But the fact that they're saying, hey, our fans are over here, and so that's why we're there.
Well, that's why I'm calling
false.
it out. That's why I'm calling it out.
This is a flat out lie.
It's a flat out lie. So that's why
you
I'm
can
calling
tell
it
us,
out.
hey, Netflix paid us this amount of money, so that's why we went with it. I would have more respect for
I
you.
want
if
just
you
be
did that.
honest. Tell me that this is another avenue for us to make a little more money.
Don't tell me that.
Don't tell me you're on Netflix because that's where I'm
Because
there.
we're helping.
I'm trying to
our
help you
fans.
out.
It's not
Trying
that's
to
not
help
what
you
it
out.
is. It's not what it is because
Yeah.
you're actually making money off of it.
Croc. All right.
Croc.
Hey, I say 1 for the White House, none for the NFL.
Before we go to break, do you want to know what happened to Blake Snell?
Yes, he was scratched from his start tonight. What was the reasoning?
He's back on the IL.
Oh boy.
Loose bodies.
In the elbow?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Loose bodies in the elbow.
Man, that's it for a while for Blake.
Yeah, he doesn't even have a locker there anymore.
He got one game in for the Dodgers.
He said he was playing catch yesterday and he felt something in the back of his elbow.
Oh, my goodness. You know what's got to happen for the Dodgers now? Glasnow's back has got to heal much quicker.
Oh, yeah,
So he
remember?
can-
Oh, my back!
Ah, my back!
Oh, wait, my back is better.
Yeah, it's feeling better now.
Might be like Matt Waldron's bicep.
I mean, old Glasnow had to go on the IL because Snell was coming back.
Old Glasnow.
Yeah, old cranky Glasnow. Yeah,
what are they going to do?
Yeah, he'll be back. Don't worry. You watch.
Of course he will.
We have our interview with Jeremiah Estrada after traffic.
If you ever missed part of the Braden Brennan Show, you can catch up on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Chris, hello. Yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look. Of course, Alan Trammell from Kearney High School in San Diego. And then, of course, the Detroit Tigers' great shortstop, Jack Morris, in a Tiger uniform there, but I always remember him pitching that 1-0 shutout in Game 7 of the 1991 World Series for the Minnesota Twins. Maybe the greatest postseason pitching performance of all time. Chipper Jones, Padre fans remember him. Every fan of a National League team remembers him because he would come in and do damage to that team. Only the second #1 overall pick in the Major League Draft, Chipper Jones, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. The other is Ken Griffey Jr. Vladimir Guerrero. Never met a pitch he couldn't swing at. And powerhouse hitter for the Expos and then, of course, the Angels at the end of his career. Jim Thome, over 600 home runs, mostly with the Cleveland Indians. And then, the guy down here on the end who used to get all these guys out all the time, Trevor Hoffman, the greatest Padre reliever of them all. Two of the greatest outfielders in the history of baseball. Of course, you've got Babe Ruth right here. Ted Williams right over there. I was wondering who the third outfielder would be. And then, of course, it hit me. Tony would be upset if I didn't say that the third outfielder, who will someday probably be displayed right here between these two guys, is obviously Mike Trout. and this is the San Diego Padres locker room here in Cooperstown. Obviously, a couple of jerseys there and hats, gloves, all-star stuff. I think the most interesting thing in this entire display, though, especially this weekend, is a picture in the top corner of Angus Young. He's the guitarist for AC/DC, wearing a Trevor Hoffman uniform, obviously playing Hell's Bells. I know that Trevor went to many AC/DC concerts and was honored by sitting in the front row to watch AC/DC play Hell's Bells in his honor. But there's a picture of Angus Young playing Hell's Bells for Trevor Hoffman, wearing the 51 jersey right there. Chris, hello. Yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look. Of course, Alan Trammell from Kearney High School in San Diego. And it's coming up here in a minute. Tony and I visited with him earlier. It's our Friar Friday interview ahead of Sam Levitt's pregame show. Sam, as part of his pregame tonight, will give you the comments of manager Craig Stammen, as a bit of a confusing situation has developed here all day about the handling and where he was going to go for Matt Waldron. The bottom line is Waldron is going to be on the injured list for 15 days, but it sure looked for most of the day like they were letting him go, releasing him.
Yeah.
We talked about it, then had to go back and change it and the whole thing. So anyway, Craig Stammen addressed the confusion. Sam Levitt will play it for you. There's no confusion on this. One quick question, and the first person who answers it will get to go see the Padres-A's game next Sunday. You dial into 833-288-0973, and you tell me the answer to this question. What would a batter's OPS be if they came up to bat one time and hit a home run? What would a batter's OPS be if they came to bat one time and hit a home run? You call, give us the OPS, 833-288-0973. While you're calling, the rest of us will hear Jeremiah.
Jeremiah Estrada joins us here this Friday. And Jeremiah, how are you, my friend?
What's good? What's good? I'm doing good, brother. How are you?
Doing well, man. Fresh off the IL not that long ago. And you kind of went on, I think I remember hearing you talk about it a little bit when you went on the IL. You kind of knew you were hurting. You were trying to pitch through it. At what point in that process did you start to know, I might have to take a seat because this is actually hurting me a little bit more than it's helping me at this point?
Well, first off, thank you guys for having me here, by the way.
Always.
But second is just, usually as I think as most players and athletes do, they'll always try to try to thug it out, try to do what you can to help out the team, to help out the boys, because I think you want to feel is that, like, not that you're letting down your team, but you can't just do your absolute best to do what you can for your team and for your teammates. But, you know, as I was just getting through, and, you know, I was capable of throwing strikes and everything else. But, you know, of course, there was a significant difference between the past 2 years of my velocity to how it started off this year. I mean, I got all the way down to 92, and the last time I threw 92 was maybe a sophomore in high school. So, you know.
If it makes you feel any better, I never went 92 ever. So, you know, at least you got there.
Yeah, you know, but of course it's a type of thing that can get you frustrated, and but you know, I'm grateful to just be at the age of 27 to be able to experience things that I know that, you know, I'm in no rush. You know, I think that's the one thing, you know, and as a believer in Christ, you know, it's in God's timing, not my timing. You know, and it felt like a time where I felt like I needed to not try to push through things, to kind of be smart with it. Don't try to force it, you know. It's not playoff baseball yet. In playoff baseball, yeah, I'm thugging it out, you know, doing what I can to do it for the boys. But yeah, you know, just kind of being smart with it, understanding that there's a lot of time that we have and a lot of time left that I feel like I have in my career. You know, I want to kind of take the time to be 100% and not try to go out there and do what I can do at 60% or 80%. You know, I mean, that's still not enough. But you know, I gotta just, you know, take a little break, and glad to be back. You know, I'm absolutely grateful for the staff that we have, the training staff, the weight room staff, and just even our pitching staff, you know, for helping me get back in shape and understanding to do what it does to get back to the game.
Jeremiah Estrada is our guest, and as happy as you are to be with us, we are just as happy to have you back here, Jeremiah. The way this team is going this year, I don't know where you've been for all of these, you know, ninth inning home runs, but I know for the walk-off, if you're in the bullpen, that means you guys got to kind of sprint in to join the celebration. How much fun are you guys having watching this go on? I mean, I know you're in the dugout once in a while. Maybe you already pitched in that game, but I mean, this has been pretty crazy, and I imagine everybody's enjoying it as much as the fans are.
Oh, yeah. It's lit, you know. It's pretty sick to see how that goes. It's just in that perspective. It's like as a pitcher, you know, I always think of like someone who used to hit. Like just thinking about like as a kid, you think about these type of moments, like being able to hit a walk-off home run in the major league. It's a kid's dream right there. On my end, I got to avoid those type of things to happen.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, what's funny is both times it's like we don't even get to run from the bullpen. You know, if it happens, the guys are already at home plate. By the time we get there, it's already ended.
Yeah.
So we just shake hands in the bullpen, and that's about it. But where have I been? I think I've been in the bullpen one time so far this year when we've had a walk-off. All the other times I was inside just getting treatment done because I already had pitched. But it's pretty sick, especially Gavin just doing what he did his last game. You know, it's taking an elbow away slider. That's crazy.
I mean, I know you were in the bullpen for one, and you've already pitched in some of the other ones. But I would imagine when this team gets to the 7th, 8th, 9th inning, and let's go through that sequence in Milwaukee, right? You get Andujar with a 2-out single. Bogey battles to get that at bat. At that point in that dugout, is there a type of a feeling of like something's about to happen good? Because at this point, you guys have done it so many times, I would imagine that it's not the same feeling as it was game 1, game 2 into the season when you get into these situations.
Yeah, you know, I feel like with our guys, you know, we don't know when to stop or quit. I mean, as being an athlete and someone who's competitive, you know, I figured you can't let that be in you no matter what the score is. You know, I mean, there's been times where, I mean, there was a time where we scored this year where it was actually that night where that I watched the walk-off. Oh, no, I was inside. Was when Merrill hit the one down the line where we scored like 5.
Right.
Oh, against the Mariners, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, stuff like that is just like we strive to those moments because at the end of the day, anything is possible, you know? This game is so, you just never know what could happen. You know, it's such an unfortunate thing that it takes a pitcher to fall apart, and the next thing you know, there goes the team taking advantage of it. Or even a saying of, you know, lead off walks, you know, lead off first hits. There's just all these like little stereotypes. But with the guys that we have, man, it's a bond here that we just, you know, we're not only just playing for ourselves, but it's just the brotherhood here. And if you're quitting on yourself to just go out there and try to get the game in, you're quitting on your homies or your boys. Sorry. But
both
homies works.
Yeah, that works.
Both, you know, I mean, it's all the same. You know, that's how I look at them. On top of brothers, you know. But beautiful sport, man. It's beautiful to see what we're doing, and I'm happy to see where this is taking off.
Yeah, I mean, we're having a lot of fun, but we keep asking Jeremiah about all these exciting ninth inning finishes, and as he said, it's his job to make sure that we don't have exciting ninth inning finishes for the other team. So he's got to come from a different angle. Jeremiah, the most exciting thing I've seen in the last 2 or 3 years still was you striking out 13 batters in a row. We're going back to 2024. I was there. I would not go home until you got that last strikeout. And, just incredible. I thought the record may stand for a long, long time. Starting to get worried, Jeremiah, with your boy Mason Miller around.
We got this fool named Mason Miller.
He may be breaking that pretty soon. What's your thoughts on him and him being part of this bullpen?
Honestly, if anyone is ever going to beat it, I would want it to be someone that's on our team. Makes it even better, you know. But it's not up to me. I mean, I could try to do my thing again and try to do it, but it's so sick to just see other people thrive. You know, I love to see what God is doing with many people's lives in this sport and just in life in general. And to see what he's doing with him, you know, I mean, we all know that he's got diabetes too. You know, just seeing how he can overcome that and be who he is, it's unbelievable. You know, and it takes a lot. But yeah, it was funny because when he got to 10 in Pittsburgh, everybody's just like looking at me. I'm like, what are you guys looking at, bro? But it's like, I get it, guys. I mean, damn. They're like, well, the good thing is, like, we never know if you would have continued or not. And I was like, that is true, but. Nah, that would have been sick. I root for it. You know, at the end of the day, you know, it was a moment that I felt that, you know, that I never really felt I needed that type of spark in my life, you know, and I enjoyed it as much as I can. You know, blessed to just have my name there to this day, or just the fact that I was able to make it there in the first place.
Wow!
But of course, this game is just getting greater. These athletes that are pulling up are just, the game's getting better, you know. Yeah. And sooner or later, there's going to be someone possibly getting 20 in a row. I mean, this fool was on track of that. So, I mean, he ended up like giving up that little grounder.
On track
and then he ended up
yeah, I love it.
You know, but like he ended up giving up that little grounder, and the next thing you know, it just goes like 7 in a row again. I'm like, bro, like, settle down. But we laugh about it, man. He's my boy. He's a brother of mine, and I'm happy he's on our side.
Jeremiah Estrada joins us here. And Jeremiah, I got to ask you before we let you get out of here, you really went to work on the split change and in your slider, your secondary stuff. Just talk about the evolution of those two pitches, because they've kind of been a separator for you here this season.
Yeah, you know, going back the past 2 years, you know, of course, there's always room for improvement. I wasn't really happy with how it was last year. And this year, you know, like this offseason, I just really wanted to focus on my 2 top pitches. You know, it's no surprise that the splitter and the fastball are my top 2, and then the splitter is kind of the third pitch. But, you know, I as last year came along, you know, I was falling into those little phases that were like the splitter was just gone, and then I was relying on the fastball and a slider. Relying on 1 and 3 isn't quite the best thing. You want to kind of get those 1 and 2 pitches locked in, you know. So going into this offseason, I really focused on it. It was kind of annoying to my fiance that I wouldn't be able to go anywhere without a baseball in my hand. So like, it's just getting a feel, you know. It's just how this game is, you know. You kind of think about it, stress yourself over it. But yeah, you know, just kind of working on it, getting real comfortable with it. In spring, I really focused on just kind of going fastball split. I didn't start throwing a slider till I got to spring training. And we worked on a new one with Niebla. You know, at times it could get a bit cutterish, but, you know, it's, at this point, you know, we make progress as we go, you know, but priorities first, getting your top 2 in and seeing how that works. And, you know, thankfully it's been a blessing. We had a little bit of a rough start with it, but we're back to it.
Are you still there?
Yeah, am I saying bye? Oh, okay, Jeremiah, we appreciate you coming on today, man.
No, I didn't. I was.
He pushed the wrong button on the pitch track system there.
Yeah,
so that's all that happened.
That was my fault. Have a good one, Jeremiah. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Jeremiah.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
All right, Jeremiah Estrada wrapping up our Friar Friday. Sam Levitt can't wait to get in here for the pregame show, so he'll be joining us shortly. We'll give you a quick score at halftime of that Game 6 in the NBA Eastern Conference semifinal. Detroit 54, Cleveland 51. Cleveland's going for the clincher.
Give everybody the answer.
The answer to the question, what is a batter's OPS if they bat one time and hit a home run? The answer is 5,000. You get 4,000 for the slugging percentage on a home run. You get 1,000 for the on base because you got on base. You add those two together, 5,000.
Bada bing, bada boom.
The winner was a young man by the name of Nolan.
Yes.
And I don't know how old you are, Nolan, but I can call almost everybody out there a young man.
What is his birthday?
Don't tell us how old he is.
He's definitely a young man.
Yeah, they're all young. They're all young to
man.
me, Skraby. All right, we'll take it on to Sammy here on the pregame. Enjoy the weekend series. Don't forget, too, man, we'll have some fun this weekend, but gear up because Monday the Dodgers are in town. So we got to get ready for that. Geeked up for a Monday show. And also Monday, quick reminder, we'll be giving away Padre-Dodger tickets for the Wednesday game, but you can win them Monday. So of all days, Monday, make sure you're tuned in. We'll see you then. Have a good weekend. Adios.